All right, gamers. I failed to get into the map for Death, Brand, and Shatter. As a result of that, I will quit PvE forever and now only watch monthly automated tournament games. Let's get right down to it. First of all, let's see who's actually playing. Let's see if it's going to be Worms roster. Because Worms have actually been playing, but it's new Worms, okay? This is new Worms. Ah, and it is going to actually be the fully new Worms roster. This is actually a really exciting team in that case. Because as you can see here, this is Goku on Support Guardian. We have Syndrana, oh yes, on the Spectre. Azaz on Vindicator. Oh no, double Spectre from the Worms, the big Worm. Esprit, Worms leader of course. On the second Spectre. This is like the Draza build, I think, right? This is the Duelist build? Yeah. Oh, this is putrid. This is actually disgusting. So we have Syndrana on the full DPS build. I believe it's going to be critical strikes with Trickery here from Syndra for full DPS. And then this really nasty Duelist build that the French were playing. Draza was playing this, actually, in the previous matchup there as well. Very exciting stuff. Riken on the Mechanist here. Sanctuary and Demolisher. Amulet. Oh my god, the Spectre damage, though, is absolutely insane. And the Harbinger, too, nearly killing Riken. Riken able to disengage there, but it's a pretty scary comp. Now, I think we are going to see Az actually play Herald later on. I don't think he'd play Vindicator. I don't think it's as good. The general consensus is that after the nerfs, Herald tends to outperform it a little bit because the sustain really got hit hard. Although, having said that, like you kind of combine this with a Core Guardian, you've got one hell of a duo, right? There's almost like a hyper bunker there, right? With these two things being able to sustain themselves very effectively. What's really interesting, actually, about all of the players here is notice how hybrid they are, actually. Like, they're all very, very hybridy. Like, the Mechanist is kind of like a duelist, but also a very, very good kind of support at the same time. Bringing the Elixir gun, right? All the barrier application, Crisis Zone, Mortar Kit, and so on. You have the Spectre, again, roaming, damage, but also very potent in 2v2s through this skirmishing style thing here as well. Same thing with Syndrana's build here too. Lethal in these team fights with the amount of damage it can bring to the table. The only kind of odd one out here is actually Goku. Goku, more of a dedicated role here with that support guardian, still delivering value with the Signet of Mercy, right? Simple as that. Very high value, of course. All the stability and healing, still providing extreme value, but everything else very, very versatile, right? And, well, you know, in general, versatile builds in Guild Wars 2 do tend to be pretty overpowered, and, well, I'm not gonna lie, Spectre is pretty overpowered, right? And honestly, so is the mech. Right, the mech is one of those things I didn't actually expect it to be very good. It ended up being so insanely overtuned that it's actually able to overcome the AI kind of holding it back a little bit, obviously. But it is so insanely strong that it doesn't matter, right? Unlucky. This ability is fucking insane, by the way. Like, Sky Circus and the Crisis Zone, these are some of those overstacked skills in the entire game, right? Sky Circus does a ridiculous amount of damage with these missiles, and then Crisis Zone is Aegis, Stability, Protection, Alacrity, Triple Comni Cleanse, and AoE Stun Break, all bundled into one. So quite a good move. And you combine that with the Sanctuary rune here, with all the barrier application from all the boon application. You have near permanent alacrity, augmenting the already insane shield kit of Engineer to even greater heights, and adding like a good main hand into that as well with the mace from Mechanist makes this build unbelievably lethal, right? Overshield here for the cooldown reduction and the extra protection, and then you also get alacrity cooldown reduction as well, and all of a sudden your defensives come back so quickly, and you're able to sustain yourself so well that I dropped my phone on the floor. That's how well it is. That's how good it is, guys. Kind of a putrid build, not gonna lie. It is a putrid build indeed. If you got a tanky Rev, wouldn't Renegade be the option? They kind of nerfed Renegade really hard, though. I mean, they killed its sustain really hard because it was kind of a problematic build for a long time. It was a little bit too good at everything. I mean, they kind of hit it very hard. Like, not having the Glint heal really sucks, to be honest. It's why you see Herald so popular, right? Like, Herald has a lot of good ways to survive itself and actually heal itself a lot, right? Like, Herald has got some good healing baked into it with the way it works. And you have access to Glint in general, right? Like, Glint is really powerful. As a set of abilities to have. You have the Glint, you have the protection, right? You have super speed, right? You know, you have the blind, right? It's very good stuff. It's a very powerful setup. Herald, this tends to be the way to go with Rev. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these other games here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other teams. This honestly could be one of the best teams, right? This team is actually insane. This is a full new roster that's been basically appeared here. Of course, the Worms kind of got fragmented a bit when Frey and Draza went to play with rank 55 Dragons. However, 55 are not playing this time around. Let's kind of look at Prestige contenders. This may just well be a renamed version of Prestige. Let's see if it is. It is actually not. It is, in fact, Snecklen, Stellan, okay, Lind, okay, Naruto, Chris, and Max. This is like the Fractal gang here. I believe Stellan and Naruto both from DT, if I'm not mistaken. The Fractal Guild. They've now quit the game, of course. Well, quit Fractals, guys. So this is actually, I'm going to leak this now. I was on Soul's stream earlier. SimSouls, Australian gamer. And he says that DT is now a full PvP guild because the Fractal change to Exposed has completely mentally destroyed them. They're mentally broken. It's over, and they are done with PvE for good. They're now going hardcore PvP until the game shuts down. Simple as that. I like that. Good stuff indeed. But anyway, that's actually a pretty interesting team. Chris, of course, monthly AT winner. He won the monthly AT with Rom, Draza, and Frosty, and Kazas, I believe, a while ago. Got that boat in a team known as the Bust Down Lads, I believe. Wait, was it? Yeah, Bust Down Lads? Yeah, Bust Down. They like to bust down on their opponents hard and fast. They were to win with some very degenerate double Chrono or double Mirage, I believe. That was a fun meta to play in. But let's go and take a look at some of these other games here. Brazil. Here we go, guys. Hey, Ground, thanks for the prime, by the way. I appreciate it. But yeah, let's go and get into this. And we actually have Brazil here. Here we go. One of the most feared players in the entire game. Legend has it that if, Brazil is seen in a game, even the top players in this game quake in fear and run away from this legendary player. Here he is with Nemesis, King of the Four, Charming Jaina, and Jelsine. So not exactly like the full off-Dream roster. I'm not even sure if that roster even really exists, but certainly kind of some classic players that you see here. Visop actually is going to, well, Visop stocks are going to be up actually because this guy always plays Tempest actually, always. And this time around, it's going to be, interesting build. Paladin Amulet with Rune of Melandru. Just using the Transference Sigil and the Sigil of Cleansing to be the support there, and just kind of leaning into a bit more damage and tankiness even here, and just kind of using the baseline support of the Tempest to provide value and just try and survive a little bit better there. Interesting build. Jelsine on the Herald. Of course, the Spectre from Brazil. It's the condition build here, kind of like the more 1v1 oriented setup here. Very good at countering the enemy Spectre, right? Tends to win its 1v1s. Still obviously delivers very high value in these team fights, right? Siphon still has all that trickery goodness attached to it. And the condition damage is very high as well. Like, you really hit hard. This third skill here is just so powerful. Torment, Poison, Chill. And of course, you get extra poison because of the dual attack, right? You get the memes here as well, right? Yeah, Deadly Ambition gives you a poison stack whenever you use a dual attack, which obviously is this third skill, right? And you get an extra stack of poison here. So you get 3 poison, 3 torment, chill, and power damage tacked onto that at the same time. It is an absolutely insane skill. Of course, relatively low initiative cost. I think one of the things that I think will probably change on Spectre, I'm not gonna lie, they probably nudged this to 5 initiative, I want to say. I think that will be a start, right? Because that skill is pretty fucking wild. Like, on any Spectre build, it's pretty good. Also, just ignore the Nika here, by the way, guys. I don't really know why that's happening. It's a bug that's been in the game for a while. Then it went away, but now it's back again. Whenever you open the hero panel, you just see your Stronghold champion here. Just don't worry about that. It's normal. We do actually see another Vindicator. I'm going to be curious to see if this actually goes into a Herald. Again, I think people do obviously like playing around with the new stuff for experimenting. But this is going to be basically the same build that Azaz was playing, except he's going with the Steadfast Rejuvenation rather than the Versed in Stone. So it's not like a bad build, right? I think it performs fairly well. A little bit more defensive, a little bit more team fight support oriented with the Saint of Suhelza. Set up here that big AoE heal, AoE barrier on that dodge roll, providing a lot of value. But honestly, having 100 endurance, it just means you're so much less sustaining because you just don't have that potential to dodge, and it's so important to be able to do that, right? And it's like, well, Mirage struggles with 1 dodge with 50 endurance, and Vindicator, I think, really struggles with 100 endurance and only 1 dodge. It's very, very tough indeed to survive. It's not ideal. But there it is. So if we have are there any other notable rosters to be looking out for here? Let's see. That was, there must be like a Pain and Aeon team somewhere. Must be Fishing for Gizmos. I feel like that's like a call team there, judging by the name of that. We saw the Goku team. What about, I don't know. That team won very hard as well. That was okay, Evanescence Alter 500 owed something. That could be a bunch of good players. Who knows? How about this game? This game is over, actually. How about this one? How about Green Numbers? What do we got here, actually? This is an exciting one here. This is a very big team, actually, guys. We have Green Numbers here on mech number 1. Okay. As the duelist, we have Dra on Spectre, #1. Gornet PMA on the Reaper. Probably going to a Core Necromancer later on in the tournament. Obviously, not a super hard game here for the blue teams. They're going with this roster. We have, the Master of Disaster, Misha. Rank 55 leader, still sticking it out here. He looks like an NPC from fucking Dark Souls, man. Right? Like, it's... Anyway, there you go. And finally, the Rotator. The Rotator is here. Fly on another Spectre. Going with SD, actually. This is a build that I've seen a little bit. You know, a lot of Spectres have been kind of playing with Pistol Whip, right? So they're having the sword pistol, right? Or you can just play DP. I think Sin likes to play DP sometimes. But actually, this has indeed been a play there too. So a lot of variety on these Spectre builds. Double Spectre onto the Daredevil. That is absolutely disgusting. But yeah, this is actually going to be another big contender here, right? A very, very big contender for winning this monthly here. Very powerful roster. And honestly, I might expect to see this be the team that is actually in the finals against the French Worms here, or at least, you know, meeting them in, you know, in elimination, right? These are certainly... This is going to be a top 1 or top 2 team for sure, looking at that. An incredibly powerful set of gamers here for sure. Huge. Massive gamers. Well, I think that might have been one of the slowest games, actually, in the round, because I think it just started a bit later. Actually, we have this one going over here. We have another game happening. What do we got here? We have the red team. We have Nico Ni, Sakaya, Queen B-Man, Aeon. Here's the Aeon and Pain team. But actually, they face a powerful foe here in the first round. The blue team with Proton, Haldun, Matty, okay, Nihilist, and Linuslin. Wait, what happened? Wait, did red team have a... Wait, what happened here, actually? Because I'm looking at this, and... this red team is pretty powerful in terms of their roster, but something must have gone horribly, horribly wrong here for this to happen. Still good players here for blue, don't get me wrong. The Mechanist here from Proton putting in that work. Haldun here on Grenades. Matty on the Spectre. Mirage here from Nihilist. And then Vi equals over here in play here too. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, Artisan. Yeah, Proton II. This guy was in the goddamn crazy game that I put on my channel the other day with the Guardian trying to go 1v1 onto that beast. Complete crazy gamer. Garbinger. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Harbinger is actually really fun to play. I played it a little bit in some ATs and ranked actually since EOD came out, but I don't think Harbinger is that good, to be honest. I think it's very weak actually. If I'm being honest with you, it's so easy to shut it down. It's like very good for ranked, I find. But in any kind of competitive game, it just gets crushed, right? It just gets annihilated. It can't survive, right? It doesn't have the sustain. I mean, I do think it got helped a lot. I think that they did help it out a lot by giving it more sustain. I think its healing skill is pretty good, right? And it does have a bit of extra healing from Alchemic Vigor here now. With the healing per stack of Blight, that's quite nice. But, no, like, not having Shroud is still pretty... It's tough, right? It's a little tough to survive, I'm not gonna lie. But it does do a lot of damage, there is that, right? It is a bit of a blaster build, but I don't think it really does quite enough to get there just yet. Needs to, well, I don't know. I was gonna say they give it more damage, but it already does a lot of damage. It probably just needs to have some way to survive a little bit better, or some ways to help it survive more. Maybe some better, I don't know. The Elixir's already pretty good, right? Like, Elixir of Bliss is pretty nice. You got a lot of Comni Cleanse here, and you can get like, loads of Life Force, but I don't know, it kind of suffers from the whole Necro thing of not really having a lot of active mitigation. You only have passive mitigation still. You don't have that much kind of built-in defensives like a block or an evade or something like that. And that means it's just so vulnerable to being focused, right? It doesn't have a tool like a Star 5 or a Glint Heal on Revenant to help it survive. It just gets, it just has to kind of tank damage and just disengage very early there. But it kind of just dies. Yeah, it just dies. But anyway, let's see if Red Team can make a comeback here. They only have 4 minutes to do it. It's very hard. They need to win this next bell. Did they get the last one? They actually did. So if they get this one, that is going to be a 50-point bell. And that does get them halfway there. They need to do a lot more, though. They really need to start winning some of these fights. And they got to do it quickly as well. But this is kind of the problem with some of the builds that are being played right now. Like, it's very hard to actually dislodge players away with the Mechanist, right? The Mechanist has this support with the Elixir Gun, the Mortar Kit, and the Mech abilities that just make it really, really hard to deal with and just dislodge players. It almost functions like as a semi-support, as you can see here. And look, like, the red team just can't get rid of the blue players. Like, the blue players can just stand on the node. They're just standing on the node right now, doing nothing, right? And it cannot be removed, which is just not where you want to be, right? It's not good. And this game is over, actually. This game is totally over, I'm afraid. Blue team have achieved their victory. Bit of an upset there, I think, actually. Like, the red team, if I look at that, I go, yeah, red team wins this, no problem. They have some very powerful players on that roster, but not quite enough, apparently. That's how it is. Yeah. How do they lose to a Mirage? Well, I mean, Mirage honestly isn't that bad. Mirage is pretty good. Like, in the hands of a skilled player like Zenvo, right, for example, is someone who would play that. Or, of course, Rip, although Rip has quit the game now. Mirage can be very potent, I think. Very potent indeed. Right, let's have a look at this game. This is going to be the Quaggins game, I believe. Oh, this will be Quaggins on duty. Okay, Amadamaru, that is Cranel. Digital, this is Ione. That could also be a good game. Right, Sleep with the Fishes, Fishing for Gizmos. I think that is definitely worth looking at. Ooh, Mind Over Meta. That's going to be a cool team to have a look at there as well, I think. There's a lot of rosters here. Let's have a look at Evanescence Alter as well. That could be they've got a roleplay name, so they could be good. Balls of Steel. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows at this stage? Could be anyone. Okay, anyone could be good here. Hell yeah. No one's playing Bladesworn. Well, here's the weird thing about Bladesworn. Bladesworn is good, and you can ask any top PvPer. Bladesworn's actually a very powerful build. It just, you don't play it in the meta, right? It just doesn't fit into the meta. I don't think Bladesworn, honestly, Bladesworn is, as I understand it, is arguably too strong. I think it does a lot of damage at ranged and is very sustaining and supportive. It's very hybrid at the same time. I don't think Bladesworn's undertuned. It just needs a meta shift, right, is what it needs. If the meta game changes a little bit and a few other things come down, then you're going to start to see Bladesworn injecting itself into the meta. It's not bad, actually. As I understand, it's actually very powerful. It's a very good build. It's just that it hasn't got a place in the current comp. Because you only got 5 players. Look, we can't have everything see play, guys. You got to bear that in mind, right? Like, there's only 5 slots, and we have about a zillion elite specializations right now. So, even CMC, okay, hallowed be his name, right, will not be able to actually make it perfectly balanced so that every single spec sees play, because that's just not even possible. But there it is. There it is. Okay, then. So, what have we got here, then? So, it's going to be Cranel on the Thief. Daredevil, not Spectre. Interesting. We have Zintrex on the Duelist Soul Beast. We have Creso on the Duelist Mechanist. We have, here he is, Mr. Zenvo on the Mirage. Speak of the Devil. And Rework Hammer. Bit of a Catalyst fan here by the looks of that. Playing the Tempest here from Astron. Going up against the Scarlet Rot. Elden Ring, enjoy. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's quite good, actually, isn't it? He's even got the wings. Ha! Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good little, well, I mean, he's a Sylvari, so he's kind of like doing the hybrid, right? He's Scarlet the Sylvari, but he's also that boss from Dark Souls who has, like, the rot wings at the same time. I like that. Then we have a Yolandek here. We have Zizu, okay, Ghost Dog, and Darkstar. Realistically, I think the red team is going to dominate this match. So I think we'll just watch the opener here. And then we'll go ahead and move on. Oh my god. Ouch. Yeah, Zindrek's going for the Sikkim here. Absolutely eviscerating Scarlet Rot in one hit. And yeah, I think this is going to be a very straightforward game here for Red. So we're going to go and just kind of investigate more rosters and just see who's playing. Let's see if we have any other good big games. Let's look at Digital here. Here we go. Oh, hang on. This is fun. This is fun, actually. On the red team, we have, Imda Kitty Cat, Daimo, Flamaz, Pella, and Slaug. On the blue team, we have Unga Bunga X, which is, of course, Ione Digital. We have Siesta V on a, what is this, a Vindicator? Cran on the Tempest in the downstate, trying to win the Rally War, but they're going to lose it. Spurs on Core Necromancer, and Ivan on a Mechanist here. Bit of a rough fight there for the blue team, losing a lot of key players. Maybe about to lose Spurs as well. That's not what they want to be here. That is going to be the kill. And red team actually doing a really good job with the double Mirage. Absolutely fascinating composition here from the red team. It seems to make it work. We actually have Chaos here, so it's Chaos, Inspiration, and Mirage utilizing that Revive trait. Very annoying to deal with, actually. Still using that Signet trait there, even though poor old SOI, all the Signets got nerfed, actually, because of PvE, but they're still looking good. They actually didn't really change much in PvP, I guess, but only in PvE. But anyway, another one. Is it the same build? It is not. This is the full DPS build that we typically see here. The massive Omega Power Block Gaming setup here. Let's see if blue team can actually make a comeback. Here we go. Yeah, the mech is pumping, the mech is blasting. Unga Bunga X comes in to try and save the day, but that's not going to happen. Siesta already in the downstate. Can they revive this? Cran does get the revival. Yes, he does. Lands that revive, no problem. And now they have a kill onto Imdacap. But that reflect foot is so annoying. Blocking all the projectiles. Can they actually cleave this? The tornado actually doesn't drop. That was 98%. That was a beautiful tornado from Cran. Can they actually get this? They actually might be able to collapse this, in fact. The Mirage in trouble will get hit by a tornado again. Cran might be able to find this kill. Bit of DPS from that Tempest coming out. That's, of course, the advantage of Tempest, is that it actually does a decent amount of DPS, to be honest. Actually, it's these lightning overloads and even the Earth Shield auto attacks, they can really hit hard, even when you're running this, the healing amulet with the Avatar amulet. You still actually blast pretty hard on Tempest compared to a Core Guardian, which is actually a really nice advantage of this build. Has a bit more aggression, has a bit more presence in the team fight in terms of contributing to the damage output. Of course, Tornado very useful there as well. Meanwhile, the blue team get a big win there, actually. They're back on the map. They get the double cap. Hammer's coming up. Spurs interfering with the hammer. He is 1v2, so blue team needs to respond. Looks like the Spectre is moving in from Unga Bunga X, but actually it's 1v3 now. Necro won't be able to hold long. Oh, I like that grab well, actually. The Shadowfall ride. That will massively disrupt the red team and then allows Cran to arrive and allows me to change my character model limit so I can actually see what the hell is going on. Unga Bunga X here looking for that target. Looks for Imda. The Harbinger is getting hard focus here. The damage is going to be big here. There goes that Scepter Dagger 3. Is it going to land? It is doing big DPS. I don't think the Harbinger can hold on for much longer. That is going to be the kill there, I believe. There it is. Can there be a revival here? I believe there is no support, bear in mind, guys, for the red team. It's only DPS. So they have to just rely on hand-raising alone. They're not going to get that. Surely there's 4 players from blue. That's never going to happen. Red team going to have to give up this hammer here. That will concede the node. They're already moving to try and neutralize this on their own there. Point A in contention from the red team. Some good solid rotation there to counter that lost team fight. But blue's certainly in a bit of a commanding position right now. They should be able to get back in as well. If they lose this Mirage, that's going to be a really unfortunate snowball. We do see the distortion re-triggered. There is a dodge left over. There's no sword available to leap away. And that will now be the kill for Universe Frontier. Another stagger comes through. Red team get their Harbinger back, but their player immediately dies. And that is not good at all, unfortunately, for the red team. Having said that, though, blue team, they do need to actually answer the map here. I think they need to have their mechanist in the right place at the right time. The mech perhaps allowing the enemy team to get a little bit too much value out of simply using the W key to decap and then hold these nodes, forcing a very big rotation from blue. I think blue very heavily over-rotating, going for a 1v4 right now onto the enemy mech, who then even doesn't die thanks to that shift signet, putting in a lot of value there. Meanwhile, over here towards middle, of course, the same thing happens to poor old Spurs. Gets hit by that brutal 1v4. He is holding quite well, and Cran is now on the way and will be able to support him quite effectively alongside Unga Bunga X and Siesta, who of course also will have some support components with the barrier dodge roll, which will make this team fight very sustaining for the blue team. But can they actually get these kills? They're nearly back in there, so just 8 points behind, 9 points behind rather, I should say, at this stage. So another one fight, and that will catapult them into lead. This is now a good spot for blue. They have these mechs 1v1ing, and that means they can focus entirely on this fight, which they were able to win last time. Bear in mind, there's no support really for the red team. So in theory, these fights should be almost impossible for them to actually take effectively unless they somehow get a one-shot and just immediately kill one of their opponents. Meanwhile, the 1v1 rages on. Hammer's coming up in just a moment, I believe. Yep, the Mirage goes through, and that does mean that blue team need to do something about this. The Spectre has now arrived, but they need more than that. The Necromancer now on the way too. Spurs going to go through. Here he is. And it looks like the next big team fight is once again going to be on the Hammer. Of course, the core Necromancer is going to deliver a lot of value. This is where this Necro is going to be so annoying. Able to get its damage off kind of for free permanently here. The Mechanist actually leaves, realizing there's no point in really fighting on an enemy contested node. And that, of course, that will force a rotation now from the blue Mechanist too. Unga Bunga X in a little bit of trouble. It does have Shroud the Tank, goes for that stability. We'll be trying to CC. They're trying to focus on the Blade Swarm by the looks of this. The Lich comes out from Spurs, and that may well be a kill onto the Blade Swarm, onto the Harbinger. Let's see if it will actually land. Oh, the Blade Swarm trying to hold on quite well, gets the heal, but it's not going to be enough, and that's a big... Oh, that's a very nice fear from Spurs there as well, forcing the Harbinger to go back down again and climb back up to the top. That might be a kill on the Harbinger. I don't see them getting out. No, they die. That's a massive victory for the blue team, and they still hold this node, and this time the Mechanist is responding a lot better. Shift signals and gets the node. That's very nice here from Donra. They now need another player, and yes, here we go. Unga Bunga X has arrived just in time. It's exactly what we like to see. Very, very good indeed. Unga Bunga X. That is a very annoying duo. Spectre and a Mechanist. Honestly, red team, they shouldn't even be here. There's no way they can take this 2v2. It's simply not going to work. Blue feeling confident. They're going to go for a third node push here, leaving the Vindicator to guard middle and wait for those reasonals. Now they're going to start pushing the fight. Yeah, the Vindicator sees the Necromancer go for mid, though, and will now respond to that. While over here, we're going to have this 3v3. Let's see. There is the core Necromancer in play here for the blue team, so I think that does put them in a good spot to actually go ahead and win this fight. So that's good. Although it is, in fact, a 2v2, not a 3v3. I can't count. I was counting the clones, guys. That's how it was. Actually, no, I was counting the flesh worm. Boom. There you go. Actually, no, not even that. I'm changing my mind. Cran just counts as 2 players. That's the reality here. We all know it. And here we go. Big Earth Overload coming down. Is it going to land? It actually is. Nice. That does get connected and immobilized there pretty effectively, but the Necromancer is very slowly killing it. Bear in mind, there's a lot of sustain here, right? I believe this is actually a Chaos build here. Yeah, Inspiration. There's actually a lot of healing on this. Loads of Colony Cleanse on this Mirage build. And, of course, the Blade Sword is also very tanky, so there might not be enough damage from the core Necro to actually break through this. Like, I don't think the Blade Sword will be able to kill them either. There's not a lot of DPS from red, but I don't think they will actually end up dying. Maybe the Blade Sword falls here, actually. That was a really big stun there. Oh, that was a really nice Tornado, and it lands, and that might be it. Okay, there it is. That was really good combo there, and the Blade Storm being focused very effectively by Cran and Spurs, and that's a big win. Meanwhile, mid has been neutralized. Unga Bunga X in a little bit of trouble over here, and might actually die to these 5 Torments. X. No, gets the cleanse and will survive, and actually goes for a kill onto Imdicat, and that might be locking in this game, actually, for the blue team. A bit of a rough start, but I think that is going to be about it. Full Shroud here on Spectre as well. So Unga Bunga X in pretty good shape, even has the heal skill and, of course, the Boon Well, and that will be very good for restaining this, particularly now as Cran has also arrived, and yeah, that is going to be the lock-in. Blue team is going to win. It's a pretty big team, actually, and a good comeback there, too. Let's see what we got. Wow, some of these games are already over. Holy shit. They're already ending. Unbelievable, gamers. Unbelievable. Have we got anything else going right now that we can have a look at to examine some of these gamers? How about, who's fishing for gizmos? Let's check these gamers out. Hey, Emmy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. What is this? Fishing for gizmos. Fisher Xeon on a Mechanist. Fisher Enigma on the Support Guardian. Fisher Tricon on a Herald. Fisher Hearthstone Zan on Spectre #1. Oh, this is putrid. This is disgusting. Double Spectre in every fucking game. Interesting enough, a lot of people choose different wells. Right, here we have Maya going with Well of Sorrow, but we've seen basically all the wells, right? You've seen Well of Tears, right? You've seen the Daze Well. I believe Syndrina going with the AoE Daze Well, I believe. The purple well. We have Well of Tears from Hearthstone Zan here, going with the massive DPS. Marauder Amulet with the Rune of the Chronomancer. With DP, like I said, DP is something that people like to play on this build as well. There's a lot of variety. Of course, see who exactly is going to figure out the ultimate build. Oh, yeah, and that is, even with that Sigil of Intelligence to get those guaranteed critical strikes on that lethal Twilight combo. Absolutely huge. But yeah, Fisherman, another powerful roster there with the full team roleplay there as well. Love to see that. Very nice indeed. Good games. I think I want to have a look at this Mind Over Meta team. This team could be really good too. I'll have a look at those guys in the next round. But yeah, that is just about it for this round. That will be ending shortly. How many? It's a 6-round AT, so a lot of games, actually. That's nice. The bad news about that is that, well, I don't know how many, maybe, actually, to be fair, I feel like there'll probably be 6 rounds on NA as well, because then maybe we could get enough time to actually watch NA too. That would be good. Colony Spectre? Yeah, people are playing the Colony Spectre as well. Like, there's a lot of different variants. Spectre is, people haven't quite figured out the way they want to run it just yet, anyway. Not just yet. Is 55 playing? Actually, no, they are not. They are not playing. Because I think Draza isn't available. Because I think it's his birthday. So, Phil's birthday man in the chat for Draza, by the way, guys. Hooray! 1 year older, Pog. And as a result of that, the team is just chilling, right? They're just chilling out. Of course, Misha. Misha is addicted. He can't stop playing, so he is playing. The Master of Disaster, of course. But the rest of the gang aren't. I think they're just chilling. Is Warrior good for PvP? Yeah, Blade Sword's really good. And if you like Spellbreaker, Spellbreaker's also good for ranked, I would say. Oh my god. Devastating team fight here for the blue team. Taking out equals as and hold on there with a massive spike from this Revenant and the Solvius. They're very well done there by the blue team, and that will lock in the game for them. There it is. What's a good Vindicator build? You basically play it like Renegade. It's a very similar build to the Renegade build, and with Great Sword, Sword, Sword. That's a good cup of tea, man. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, yeah. I promise there's nothing in it, guys. Nothing else in that cup of tea, all right? It's just tea. That's all. Ooh, let's take a look at Fishing for Gizmos versus Mind Over Man. I think that's going to be a fantastic game. Wait, what? Wait, Yo Nos spectate for us. Wait, what the hell is this? Wait, is this like a Jeff team? Because I know Jeff was calling himself Roach God X, I believe. So let's see if if that's them. Oh, it's Miaz? Okay, alright. Let's see what they've got then. Worms, you're right. Yeah, the worms looking good, Peach. Yeah, the worms are very powerful. Alright, what we got here then? Oh, hang on. Wait, is this Jeff? Oh, yeah, this is Jeff then, right? Yeah. So this must be Jeff on EU. We have Sakiki. This is going to be Miaz. This is Notimelon. And another is Synod, I think, right? Yeah, I think this is Synod. So it's just kind of the usual gang, right? We have Jeff, we have another, aka Synod. We have Notamel here on 1 Spectre. We have Miaz on Spectre number 2, and Sakiki here on the Herald. It's such a good roster, by the way. Look at this. We have Saber, okay, What a BG. Okay, we have Blacksmiths, Caspi, and Ook. There's so many really fucking good teams, actually. Holy shit. Yeah, Team Hackerman. Yeah, there's a lot of hack fans here. Although, actually, to his credit, I believe Jeff actually doesn't hack anymore, right? I think he actually... Look, I know that's going to be like Omega, or like, you know, Kappa, right? But as I understand it, like, Jeff actually has turned over a new leaf in terms of his, like, actual in-game conduct. I don't think he hacks anymore. To be fair to the guy, right? So that's, you know, that's good, right? That's nice. It's always good when players reform, you know. They're back, they're reforming, they're well-behaved. It feels good, man. It's okay, he doesn't do it anymore. Look, okay, I know that maybe I'm a little too forgiving on this, but you know what? Yeah. We should allow players the opportunity to be better and to improve their conduct, right? Jeff has done some really dumbass shit, but, you know, hopefully he doesn't do it again, right? I think that all these players can provide value to the community, right? Jeff's a funny guy, right? You know, he's entertaining. It's just, you know, hopefully he can be entertaining while also not hacking at the same time. Exactly, yeah, he doesn't need to hack anymore because he has Shift Signet. So there's no need. No need! Let's go! Yeah. But anyway, this could be an interesting game. I have a feeling that red is going to be significantly stronger here. There's actually some really good players on blue, by the way. It's not that blue is bad. I think it's a mistake to play Harbinger flat out. But, you know, let's see if they can make it work. And who knows, maybe I'm wrong here and blue is going to do really well. But I definitely think that there's just a lot of just very, very quality players here on red who are going to have a good time and will be able to perform extremely well, I think, in this matchup. So here we go. The first fight is kicking off here. It's going to be Jeff into the enemy Mechas 1v1. Maybe trying to force a 1v2 into Waddy BG there a little bit. We're going to want to see a plus here because Jeff probably can't really decap this because this is a very, very stale 1v1, right? These are both very tanky builds. I don't really see either mech being able to kill the other. Maybe they can force a decap, but I think that's actually really hard to do because of just how sustained this. You can see the alacrity uptime here is really putting in the work, to be honest. This is what is really fueling this build, is how often you can use your skills a lot more than you maybe should be able to, really. Yeah, Jeff's going to leave now. He actually gets knocked off the node. He's not going to bother around, of course. It'll be a lot harder for him to kind of deal with, like, the knockbacks here. He can't really react quite as quickly. He's got a bit of ping going on there. But, yeah, the fight's going to start collapsing for blue over here on middle. And, oh, actually, the Signet did get denied, actually, I believe. It got cancelled or something like that. But they actually got the hand res anyway. Maybe they can keep this Harbinger up, but I don't think so, yeah. The double Spectre is just way too much for this poor Harbinger. 100 health, and that is the kill. There's another Signet available. Is there an interrupt? I believe there is not. But I think that's going to be a Signet into an immediate other death there. Yeah, like, not much that this Necro can really do about this. The cleave this time should be enough as well. And there's the Storm, but that's going to be a big team fight win. Jeff pushes in, and that's going to be red team grabbing mid. And now I think we're going to see a decap there, and then they'll plant Jeff on this node. And I think the game will be fairly elementary from there onwards, unfortunately, for the red team. Just a good team fight there, getting a good kill. And that Harbinger, honestly, not able to really compete. Not able to hold up very well, unfortunately. You hate to see it, you really do. Thieves try a decap here. Ook goes over here, but it doesn't actually make it there as well. It's going to be a 1v1. What builds are we dealing with here? Is this the power build? This is the Connie build, actually. So the Blue Spectre actually might have a good 1v1 into Miaz here. Actually, yep, it is the power build to the Connie build. However, Here comes the other Spectre, and all of a sudden, this is not looking good for poor old blue Spectre. Does get a good kite off here, actually. But actually, we might see this one stay here and 1v1 while Miaz rotates away. That's exactly what's going to happen here. Yeah, so now we have this 1v1 with the SD. Feels a bit more comfortable, I guess, with the extra evasion from Sword 3. Able to hold fairly effectively and maybe trade this 1v1 into the condition damage Spectre. And yeah, here's the boss. And this is going to be the key moment here. Miaz is going to push here. If he kills this Mechanist, this is absolutely catastrophic. And I think he will be able to as well. Teamfight is being stalled out by blue over there with the support gunner and the Revenant. But yeah, if this mech goes down, that is really, really bad for the blue team. Yeah, forcing the support guard to leave Saber is making the rotation. And the mech is doing a really good job of holding on here as best he possibly can. But I think it will not be enough. The damage from Miaz is absolutely huge. And that will be a killer. I think the guy does make it in time, though, to be fair. So should be able to maybe get a revival. Is there a signet? There actually isn't. That extra cooldown starting to hurt a little bit. Actually, never mind. The mech holds on long enough and even gets the heal. But unfortunately, Jeff has capped the node. A very nice kiting player there by Caspi, but not going to be quite good enough. I think we're going to go ahead and take a look at these other games. And yeah, during all of that, because there wasn't enough value out of the plus, Red Team actually did end up losing that team fight, but they lose their Spectre on the outside of the map there, and that is not going to be good enough. Let's take a look at some other games here. How about Mind Over Matter? Let's take a look at that one. That could be really exciting. Oh, no mind, they're getting absolutely crushed by green numbers. Sorry, not by green numbers, by the Fisherman. We have Niccolo here, MIM Ace, Demolish, okay, Tiny I Carry You, Kelsir, and JX the Joker on, ooh, Virtuoso. Well, I mean, I think I know why blue team's losing now. This is what I like to call a misplay. Accidentally logged into Virtuoso, forgot to change it to a Mirage or just literally anything else in the game. You hate to see that. Not where you want to be, unfortunately. And blue team is losing the game very, very badly. You hate to see it. You really do, guys. You hate to see it. We do have Maya go down here, and that might be a kill. Although Enigma's doing a good job reviving that. Can't quite get it, actually. Does he have a signet available? I don't think so, no. Has it in 10 seconds. They could maybe try and hold this. But no, I don't think there's enough players here. Might have to go for a backport here just to try and kite this out. Does exactly that. There it is. And I think is going to die either way. I don't... Is Enigma going to get away with this? Does get the heal here. The Rev trying to peel there as much as he possibly can, but it's going to be very, very difficult. No. Will end up falling. Mechanists dueling each other over here. They just need to reset there. Just need to disengage that fight. Disengage it. Reset it. And then away you go. Simple as that. 300 to 91. So not a super exciting game. Let's go and take a look at something else. How about... Oh, this is a very, very close game. I'll keep that one in mind. What about... is there anything crazy right now? Not really. Goku into the Cranel gamers. That will be very, very good for the worms. Do we have... Oh, actually, let's have a look at green numbers into Brazil. So, here on the red team is Brazil, El Goddess. Okay, King Oko, Charming Jaina, and Jelsine going up against D. Moses. Emperor Dra here on the Herald. Okay, Gornet PMA on the Cornecra, as expected. The Master of Disaster, Misha, on Support Guardian. And, of course, Fly, the Rotator, on a Spectre. Actually, look, guys, this is I think Spectre's pretty good. Spectre is now outright winning a 1v1 into Weaver, right, at this stage, okay? That is, if that isn't questionable, then I don't know what is, to be honest. Yep, this is an outright 1v1 victory for Spectre into Weaver. Yeah, okay. That's a little overtuned, I want to say. Quite good. Quite a good build. And this, by the way, this Weaver's really good, by the way. Nema's actually really good. Bit of a sleeper player. Doesn't really play on a team, so I guess isn't a giga tryhard, but actually in terms of skill level, Nemesis is a very powerful player in the Weaver role, in that kind of duelist position. Wins a lot of daily ATs, actually. On Weaver, this is not like some random. This is actually a very good player. And Fly won on Spectre, which probably shouldn't happen, not gonna lie. But anyway... So, you know, that's a big win there. Of course, eliminating that Weaver is huge. Blue team getting a good lead here. They need to be careful, though. They need to not lose any players. But Charming Jane are about to die. Needs to try and hold on, but cannot survive any longer. Red need to regroup this. I do like this push. Pushing the Weaver over here. Trying to get rid of this Mechanist and just dodge this team fight and not feed into it. I do like that. If they could kill this out, this would be huge. Foolish 15 green numbers player needs to get the hell out of there. This could be very, very scary. Ooh, does fall. Good sneaky +1 there. The Brazil was not expected. But hang on a minute. The Misha, Master of Disaster. He's nearly... I think he gets this, actually. He might get this revive. The cleave is big. Oh, no, they can't find it. This is an absolutely insane revive. Can they interrupt the signet? No, they can't. Oh, that is a brutal revive. A very good hold by Draw, recovering that Weaver, recovering the Mechanist, and that just blunts. Well, that could have been a huge pickup. It would have forced a really annoying 2v2 as well for the blue team afterwards, but that revive was just so good. Perfect timing there, and great discipline by Draw into the Signet from the Master Disaster. Stabilizes up, but Gauntlet does get 1v3 down on mid. As a result, that gets knocked off the platform. Fly, the Rotator, tries to come in, but is a little bit too late. That will be a kill secured for the red team. The Rotator now disengages, rotates away. Of course, Misha, it's kind of, honestly, support is so intense to play, man. Holy shit. Like, Core Guardian is, I always love watching the Core Guards play, watching Goku, Zeromus, right, Misha, right? They're always so fun to watch, because, man, it is so frantic on Core Guardian. You are all over the place, right, when you're playing this. You have to be everywhere at the same time. A lot of the games, I find, are actually very reliant. They're very heavily reliant, I believe, on support rotations, because it's just, you know, it's almost like a little mini 1v1 in itself, right? Like the support via the other support, because you just have to be there at the right time to stabilize these fights, to deny the snowball, to prevent people from feeding. But anyway, here we go. El Goddess in trouble here, 1% health here. Can he try and hold on? Does have a little bit of evasion left over there. Gets some barrier up there as well. Tries to chain the evasion together, gets the blast. Needs a bit more barrier there, needs some support from the team. Where is the red team right now? The Spectre is actually funneling a lot of barrier and cleanse over there, and the resin has been completed, but can they now find a kill? Draw is pressured, actually. He could be a potential target, but the damage onto El Goddess is just massive. There's so much damage on that Weaver, and El Goddess is going to fall, and blue team get a big win. That's not really revival. Charming Jenny could maybe grab it, goes for the glyph, doesn't get it. Oh, that was really close, actually. Would have been a huge revival. It was not to be, unfortunately. Sneb in the chat there as well. And red, they've got to get out of this. They're really putting up a fight. They're going to get a double cap, as blue team perhaps do over-rotate, actually, here. They really pushing aggressively towards the henge, and they will be punished for that a little bit. We see Bazil, of course, French leader. Here he is, weapon stowing, spamming. Actually playing with shortbow on Spectre. You know, funny enough, I think Bazil is the only player I've seen play shortbow on Spectre. Every other Spectre player always goes for either DP, SD, or SP, actually. So basically pistol whip, last in a strike, or just the usual shadow shot dagger pistol combo. That's very interesting, actually, because he's almost running like a slightly more traditional build as well. He's got shadow step and the shadow pull, so very mobility focused, like very rotationally focused. A lot of the other thieves who play Spectre have been very, very focused on just getting kills, right? Like really focused on just securing kills, winning 1v1s, winning team fights. But that's not the case here right now for Bazil. And actually, it seems to be working, actually. He has actually found his way into a good spot in this game, funnily enough. Like, it's going really well. If they could find a kill on Misha, that would be massive. Misha actually in trouble here. Big focus there. Gauntlet shoved away from this fight. They need to peel their Guardian out. There's the renewed focus. Ooh, Gelsine in trouble, though. Needs to be supported here. There's Tempest is providing value here. Jaina going for that big healing, but the Rotator sees Gelsine. There's no Glint heal left over. He needs to hold on there. The support is good. There is the Tether. The Tether is massive. Very nice play here from Bazil, but the focus on that Herald is just extreme. The healing is nice. There is the healing well, too, available. Can they hold on? The Tempest will have cooldowns back fairly shortly. Gets that water overload. And actually, they're going to turn it onto the Fly here. Fly actually might fall. Fly dies. Very nice hold by Gelsine. Good Signet revival, though, from Misha. Was not able to be interrupted, and now they've got to get another killer. Can they get the Rotator down again? Gelsine will have his Glint heal, and he actually connects it, and they get the Rotator. A team fight victory right now for the red team. As the Rotator falls, Nemesis gets this decap. Was traded, actually. D-Moses was able to latch onto this fight over here and get the quarry. But can red team get more? They want more right now, I think. They need to find it. They want another kill. Getting Misha would be huge. They want the Master of Disaster. Looks like Dra is actually going to be the key target, though. There's no Signet available. There will be some support from Misha. The Revenant DPS is good. There's no Glint heal here. Bear in mind on Dra here. Good use of the evasion there, and we'll be able to chain it into Riposting Shadows. Staff in 1 second as well. We'll be able to get value from that. But the CC is massive, actually. Can he even get value on it? There's the block. Oh, he's holding well here. Very nice play here from Dra, and there's the Glint. He's basically safe at this stage. The red team do find themselves in a good spot. They've got the double cap here. Oh, but they need to play. Oh, this is bad. Dra is going to push into Nemesis, and this is super scary. The red team needs to respond there. Yeah, this has to be given up. There's no way. Nemesis cannot hold this. There is some barrier. There will be a twist of fate. Oh, he's going to go for the hold. That's so risky. Oh. Yeah, it was maybe a little too greedy. Bazil arrives, but too late. There's no possibility of reviving that. It's going to be a Vapor form, and maybe that's just going to try and contest. Of course, Gauntlet now in trouble on middle. There will be an even fight here. Gauntlet very, very low, running out of Shroud. But yeah, Beasts are going to become relevant very shortly. Absolutely right, boys. There's the heal, and Gauntlet holds on. He's able to disengage effectively. Wait, what just happened here? Like, Nemesis actually got revived somehow, by the way. I have no... Wait, what? Wait, what even happened there? Wait, hang on. Oh my god. Wait. He used the Shallow Grave to revive this. Is Bazil actually the best player in the game? What the fuck? Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. Wait, is it a bug? Oh, wait, what happened actually, guys? Wait. Is there some kind of bug here? Did he not just use this? Wait, he must have targeted him and then revived him when he went back into downstate, right? That's not a... you know, weirdly enough, that's technically not a bug, actually, guys. Yeah, that's not actually a bug, guys, because what happens with Mist Vapor Form is you actually rally and then downstate again. So that actually is technically not a bug. No, it's actually not a bug. That's an unintended interaction, not a bug. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's cool, actually. That's very cool. I think that's probably not intentional, though. But anyway, they might win off that. In fact, they are going to win off that, yeah. They're going to flat out win off that. It's exploiting? It's actually very, very questionable if it's exploiting. No, I don't think. Ooh, it's more like just a very weird trait, a very weird interaction with the way Ellie downstairs. Yeah, they actually win the game off that too. Actually, that was a big play by Bazil. Understanding that interaction exists has actually won them this game. They're gonna go for the Beast. It's not enough though. Beast is not good, and they need both. And there's not the other one isn't even available actually. So they get the Beast, but they still lose anyway. Wow, red team win. They actually take down some of those powerful players in the entire tournament. They're absolutely huge. Love to see that. Hey, Patori there with the Prime. I appreciate that. And Strelix there with the Prime Gaming. Love to see that. Hype trend begins soon. Huge gaming. Ah, that's gonna be a fun one, I think. Here we go. Here we go. It is fish gameplay. And actually, what the hell is going on here, actually? Fisherman actually beating French worms. Goku, Syndrina, Azaz, the big worm, and Raikön facing off against the Fisherman. Fisher Xeon here, Mechanist, Fisher Enigma, Support Guardian, Fisher Tricon Herald, Fisher Hearthstone Zan on the Spectre with that beautiful Gen 3 Scepter getting annihilated by Revenant, actually. Oh my goodness, Shroud saves him at the last second. Maya on the second Spectre here. Goes for the decap. Red team actually have the map advantage right now. Crazy 1v1 gameplay happening over here on the windmill. Teamfight erupting. Of course, red team have the edge right now. Maya outside of this. So this is the opportunity for the red team to strike. Looks like Sin is maybe going to try and just go for a 1v1. I know it's going to be the big worm, actually. Oh, but Hearthstone's in trouble. He's so low. Gets the port out. Gets re-healed there by Enigma 2. That's a big heal there. And there's the cell too. Able to disengage, but the double Spectre, oh, that is absolutely painful. Horrible stuff here. Maya doing a really good job of surviving, though. Gets the ball, and the Spectres now sustaining each other as they move away. We are truly living in a Clown Fiesta metagame, that's for sure. Ah, yes. I love a little bit of a post-End of Dragons gaming, dude. Post-X-Pack insanity. All right, here's the big fight. This is going to be it. I think whoever wins this is going to come out very, very far ahead. Let's see. Looks like the focus for the Fisherman is going to be onto Goku. Can they get this kill? They want to get Goku. Actually, they might find him. Goku in trouble. Has renewed focus. Has to pop it. His team now needs to actually retaliate. They need to get some kills. They've got to fight back. They actually do get the kill onto Maya. And there it is. They clear that out so fast. Goku gets a reheal there. Enigma now in trouble. The result, does he have renewed focus? He does, but he actually gets CC'd. He can't use it. Enigma goes down. That's a big team fight victory here for the French Worms and Syndrina. Tricon should be able to disengage that fairly effectively. Xeon in trouble, and now he's going to get plussed by those deadly Spectres, and that might be a full map swing in favor of the Worms. Yes, it is. There's the full cap here, of course. Zan trying to go for the decap, but it's matched very well by Raikön with that shift signet, making him get over to that windmill almost instantaneously. Very nice play there to deny the value from that thief, and that's going to be the big worm capping middle. Maya is a little exposed here as well. Tricon still in trouble. Syndra going for the hunt onto this Revenant. This will be a really big kill if you can find that. Actually interrupts, or the heal is available though, so I don't think Sin can really finish this off. Not effectively, but he have to kind of one-shot to deny that glint heal as much as he can. He might be able to force it, but no, Enigma is now back in the mix, but Red Team in an amazing position right now. The mansion is where the fight is going to go down. Looks like Red Team looking to push forward. Let's see where this NG is going to go. Is Xeon going to push the fight or try and push the map? Looks like it's going to be the map, but Raikkonen is in position. He will be ready to respond to that. Yeah, he's hanging back there, letting his team do the work and then handle this 1v1. So if the Red Team can win this fight again, they probably actually get close to winning the game off that. They'll have held a 2-cap for a very long time with no points. If they can reset the blue team back to spawn again, that may well be their ticket to continue their massive win streak here. Enigma actually looking like he's going to be the target. Does he have that elite skill? He does. Wants to use it a little bit earlier, I think, this time. Instead of getting hyper burst. All that is some big barrier coming through from those Spectres. Sustaining very, very nicely. Here comes the healing. Goku now in trouble. No renewed focus for Goku. Goku actually falls. And that is where the cooldown advantage comes into play. Can they actually get the survival? They're going to go for it. I think they might get it. Oh, it's so close. It's actually too much, I think. The cleave is massive. Goku falls. Worms will now have to disengage. And that means the blue team keep this alive, actually. They are 100% still in this. Zan, Thief, why? It's not like, this is not NG Zan. This is Hearthstone Zan. Although Zan actually has played Thief a few times, I believe. Thief and Warrior and stuff, as opposed to just the regular Engineer. But no, this is not the same Zan. This is Hearthstone Zan. Ex-professional Hearthstone player Zan. Boom. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. Worms are going to have to reevaluate their position. They're going to have to hold on mid. The big worm, honestly, he can't do that. He might just fall here. There is, of course, Shroud, but not anywhere near enough to hold on. And there's a big snowball going through it. Is that Signet going to come through? Oh, no, there it is actually not. And I believe... Oh, yeah, it was cancelled there. So just Esprit just goes and died there. So the fight will rage on here. Blue team pushing over towards the windmill. They've got to be careful not to overextend. They're going to be in the same situation now. They're going to have to contend with all the red team's respawns. They need to avoid feeding as much as they can. Here they come. Blue team moving in. They're not pushing their luck too much, though. And I think they are going to start disengaging at this edge. I think staying here is very risky. They're going to go for this fight. Goku, of course, has full cooldowns available here. Well, he has renewed focus. He already used all his other stuff. But, yeah, you can see that blue team, they're a little bit worse for wear already. This could be a big win here. Worms looking for the kill. What do they want? Looks like Maya may be the target here. Renewed focus for Goku being... There's so much damage. Holy shit. There's so much damage from these Spectres. Playing a support gun. It must be a genuinely horrifying, terrifying experience for these players. They just get nuked every 3 seconds with these. They just cannot get away. Look at this. They need to get some kills here. The Spectres, though, are doing a good job keeping Goku alive. But what's the target here? They need to kill something. The Worms not able to find any real damage on their opponents. Blue team are looking to maybe slowly disengage now, though. Realizing that the fight is very risky and they do have a good position on the map to just retreat to mid and just take the fight there instead. Which will be a little bit less spooky, but they might be losing Tricon as they try and make that transition. 3 sets to 1, he does die. That's going to burn the Signet at the very, very least. They're going to go for the hand res. I think they do get that. Oh, they do. The interrupt there from the Shadowfall not coming down in time. Very nice kiting it by Tricon, but he does actually slip off there. Still holds on quite nicely. Defensive abilities from Herald are available right now. Gets the port over there towards Goku. The fight is stabilizing. Enigma starting to get low here. Does still have renewed focus. Disengage as well, and blue team playing it safe. I like this from the blue team, actually. They're not going in there. They're not going to feed. They're going to play it safe and try to not throw this game away because they're still very much in it. Now they're going to turn it around onto Goku, and they actually get him again. They don't have stability, so it might be hard to cleave that out. The big worm goes for the rub, but there's so much damage. The DPS is absolutely insane. Sin gets the decap, does punish. Goku is fully eliminated, but red team do maintain their lead with that sneaky decap there from Syndra. But actually, these fights, the fights are so good right now for the blue team. They're doing so well. They are doing so well. Can you keybind teammates a Spectre? You can do like nearest target, yeah. So there is actually like enhanced control for it. Makes it a little bit easier to click on to people fairly effectively. This is a very intense game now. Blue team though, oh, that was a really nice move by Sin. It really pulled a lot of the blue team over there. That gives red team a good amount of breathing room here on this middle node. The fight is really going on here. Maya in a little bit of trouble. She does have a good amount of Shroud, though, but is getting bursted very, very hard. Can Red Team, if Red Team can get a single kill, they're going to be in a really good spot. Oh, a good push here as well from this Red from Raikkonen. Raikkonen being here is really annoying. Does kind of give away this cap away, but no, it doesn't. It gets matched by the big worm. Thieves chasing each other around all over the place. If we could somehow see a very sneaky plus onto Xeon, that would be absolutely massive. Wait, what the fuck is this name, dude, here? Okay, Raikkonen with a very inappropriate mech name here. Oh my god. But Goku does again. Blue team just having the superior team fight. Very, very good stuff indeed. +1 from Cinder moving over. Can they get Z on here? No, they can't. And blue... Oh, they don't get mid, actually, because blue team rotated away and that left Enigma a little bit alone. That actually might have been the... That might be the killing blow, actually, that red team was looking for. Enigma just was left by his team a little bit, and that allowed Syndra and Azus just to pounce and just go in there immediately and secure that kill. Blue team do respond by taking out Syndra, but it might be a revival, actually. No, Azus can't get that. We do have Goku in play. There's the CC, the double knockback into the revival. Signet there from Goku is interrupted, but the hand res is looking good. But no, the cleave. Trico is there. That impossible odds just blasting. Here comes the Signet. Is it going to land? It does land. Sin is now back up. Well of Silence is now activated. Ready to go, and look, I think red team might just have found the advantage they need. Enigma is back, but is it going to, if they desperately need to get the second node on mid? But that's going to be so hard to get. Decap would also be enough here. Maya is in play, but the big worm responds to it. It's actually 2 ticks away, so Maya could maybe get a very sneaky decap. That's possible, but no, she has to already back off. That's not going to happen. Oh no, Raikkonen wins the 1v1. That's game over. Oh, that's massive. That's not supposed to happen. Raikkonen flat out wins 1v1, mech v mech. Wasn't even looking at that because, of course, it is a very stale matchup, 1v1 usually, but somehow, some way, Raikkonen makes it work, and that is going to be the hard carry, actually. That's going to be the end of the game there. Okay, that is the end of that. Did you see that? There you go. Raikkonen wins, and that's GG. But, wow, what a crazy performance here from the Fishers. The Fishers going big. This is the same build that all the mechs are running. He's using the range, though. He's got the Jade Cannons. Right, rather than the... I think a lot of players are going with the high-impact drivers, I believe. You know, with the explosive knuckle. But this time it's going to be the Spark Revolver for the rapid-fire volley and the ranged big damage that you can see here, right? That actually looks like no Jade Cannons actually are being used for both players here, actually. The Jade Cannons is blasting away like crazy. So there you go. Maybe that's the new meta. People love that. And I'm actually a little bit surprised to see Azus playing Renegade, Vindicator, actually. Rather than the Herald. I think Tricon was getting a lot of value here, right? Like, he was hitting so much DPS in these fights. Having that chase pinch on being very hard to shut down as well. Doing a great job kiting and surviving while also bringing his DPS to the table. So very well played by Tricon, I think, here. Well, I guess Azus was making it work, like using that barrier to maybe make things a little bit tankier, but I just don't think he was really able to match the damage output of his opponent here. But that's the end of that. That's going to be a GG well played, but what a crazy team here. Love to see it. Yeah, you do have the Alliance, you have the Alliance Stance Cleanse. It's like it is a pretty ridiculous ability. It's like AoE 5 Condi Cleanse on a 3-second cooldown. Maybe a little overtuned there, to be honest. But we'll see how that works out. Look, this tournament, guys, is heating up. It is heating up big time right now, guys. Oh, yes, indeed it is. Let's go. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay, right now, Vindicator needs it. Dude, Tree Song. Tree Song Gaming. We actually have a big meme game here, actually. It's pretty close, but actually, not really. Blue team is almost certainly going to win. Rifle Mechanist. Very interesting play here. Rifle Elixir Lord Mechanist. Elixir U, Elixir B. Rectifier, Signet coming in there, coming in clutch too. You love to see that. They're even going for a decap over here. Red team actually having a bit of trouble there. The Jade firing its massive Jade Buster Cannon in there to get these kills. Firing the laser beams, firing the projectiles, eliminating Nico Robin, and that will really end the game. Oh, there it is. Jade Buster Cannon. I think what's really interesting about this skill, guys, is that this elite skill allows your mech to do absolutely no damage for a few seconds while it fires out that laser beam. I think it did like less than an auto attack during the entire channel, and you know what? I like that. CMC really did a good job there. CMCW in play there. Love to see that. Very good. And that's it. This will be the win here for the blue team. Big gaming. Big gaming indeed. Blue just need to hold on. Actually, yeah, well, I guess it's not totally over. Oh my god! Error. Absolute insane hyper gamer. Only good core guardian in the entire game. Actually 1v2 decaps. Needs to get back on the node, though. Oh, he doesn't make it. That's unfortunate. NG is coming, but he can't hold on. Oh, no. Can they maybe revive that? No, that's not going to happen. I guess he should just, like, not stood on the node waiting for the NG to arrive at that stage. But there you go. that... Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, blue have the node. They actually do have the node. And red team cannot win anymore. Red team are big dead. It is GG. Good job, gamers. I think that's going to be the next round after that, I believe. Wow, what an intense tournament, guys. This is crazy. This is a very, very competitive monthly AT. Not even a joke, dude, okay? Like, the monthly AT, it gets very, very spicy when you don't have 55 playing, you know? Very spicy. Okay. So then, let's see, are we going next round? We are indeed. What do we got here then? We have Fishing for Gizmos into that team. Goku into Brazil. I think that will be a good one. We'll take a look at that. Because look, think about this, guys. Like, right now, I think Brazil is actually second seed because they beat Misha. Right? So, the Misha team, they lost. Actually, wait. Yeah, they're... Yeah. Actually, I guess, no, second seed is actually Zan's team, I think. Hearthstone Zan's team, because they've just been farming everyone. Goku's team is definitely up there as well. There's actually like 4 teams that are very competitive here. Who knows? Anyone could win. Anyone could win this monthly Ornament tournament, guys. That's how crazy it really is. It's getting wild. It is absolutely crazy. Ah, yes. Yes. Even I could win. Yeah, you could win. You could win. Think about that. All right. Let's prepare to get in there. Dude, you know what? This is actually a problem. One of the things that actually really sucks, in my opinion, about the End of Dragons soundtrack being so good is that the rest of the game's soundtrack actually seems really bad. I wish I could just have End of Dragons music literally everywhere now, right? Stuff like Heart of the Machine, The Cycle Ends, Mother, right? Like, all of it is so good. I'm going to make a tweet about that. I will make a tweet about that. Hell yeah. Hey, Divson, how you doing, dude? What is this? Okay, wait. This is the day we do a clean run. An absolute impossibility, as I'm sure you're aware. Okay, big. Yes. Core HT is really good. No, you know what? I'm actually not on board with that. Core and HT is really good. HT is really good. And Path of Fire. The core game music I actually find to be a little low energy. Right? The energy level isn't there for me. I think End of Dragons is just, oh man, I just love it. I just love it. I love the Deus Ex style that you get there. It's like very, very futuristic a little bit there, blending with that, the fantasy elements, man. So good. It is so good. All right, I'm trying to get into this Goku game, but I cannot because they aren't accepting. Accept, you fucking slackers. Let's go. What else we got here? What else have we got going on? Yes. Core is chill. It fits well, though. Yeah, but I don't want chill. I want I want energy right now, guys. We want some goddamn hyper energy, dude. Watch Mim. Well, the thing is, guys, if I watch another game, I'll get distracted, then I won't move in. Okay, boom, we're in. Deus Ex fan? Yeah. I really like Deus Ex. I think it's a very good series. Good themes. Good music. Very good music, actually, by the way, in Deus Ex. All right, here we go. So, this is a spicy game, actually. A very, very hot game here. Because bear in mind, this team was actually able to defeat the Master of Disaster, which is no easy feat. On the red team, it's going to be Brazil on the Spectre, the Mega Mobility, Condi Spectre, Nemesis on the Weaver. We have King Oko on the Vindicator, Charming Jaina. Yeah, dude, Charming Jaina plays crazy builds. Check this out, okay? Look, Kran needs to sit down and learn from the real Tempest mains. Dagger, Warhorn, Paladin Amulet, Rune of Melandru. That's a real build. Earth, Water, Tempest. Here we go. Big gameplay. No Earth Shield. We saw Kran going with the Earth Shield, actually, as opposed to the Mist form, I believe. which is, you know, pretty interesting to see some slight differences with the gameplay here. We also have a Jelcine on a Herald. So double rev here, 1 Vindicator, 1 Herald. Spectre, of course, from Brazil, going up against the Worms. Goku, support Guardian, Syndrana. Okay, look, I really have got to get these guys to actually make proper carries. You know, I'm not joking, by the way. One of the first things, because I do plan on doing like a big PvP player meeting with all the PvPers. Like, seriously, I really want you guys to actually use your actual names. I know that's going to sound really weird and a weird request, but no joke. If you guys actually use your real names, it makes it a billion times easier for people to get excited seeing you guys, but also know who the fuck you are. It's not a meme. Right? If everyone actually used like a name as opposed to XZDF, SFDS, FJA, SLD, XZC, it'll be way easier. Right? But they're my favorite player as well, boys. I love them. Okay, I love that player. Anyway, we also have... Why is he Gremlin? Okay, is he playing Azura? Gremlin's Azaz here on the Vindicator again with the Alliance stance. The Big Worm, Esprit on the Spectre, and finally Riken on the Duelist. Yeah, and it looks like everyone is going with the Jade Cannons these days. I saw a lot of gamers going with high-impact drivers, actually. But it looks like it is going to be the full blaster mech here in play. Never mind. Here we go, the Blue Team actually taking a good lead to start off with, grabbing these 2 nodes. So we might see the Big Worm actually in a little bit of trouble. Brazil going for the kill. However, Azaz has arrived here. Brazil could somehow make that 1v2, well, that would be wild. He's actually going to go for it. He's actually pushing the 1v2, or at least trying to at least hold 2 players here, and then assuming that his team will be able to do quite well elsewhere. Nemesis also 1v2 here as well with the Weaver. That's going to be very hard, though, to us. I don't think he can hold this. There needs to be some help to Nemesis. Nemesis trying to hold on, but will be forced away. We'll resume the 1v1. The Tempest now here from Charming Jaina is in the mix to come for that support to resustain this Weaver, but gets knocked away instantaneously. Nemesis now going back in. I think Jaina will then rotate away pretty quickly to support this team fight on middle. Of course, using all this time here, the Blue Team now has the advantage here. I mean, you can see how fast-paced some of these rotations really are. King Oko trying to hold on as best as they can. Needs a bit more endurance there to get another dodge off. Does actually find that, gets the dodge. Has some cleanse available there too. There it is. Gets that heal off. Very, very nice. Has a block on this. Great. So he gets a good amount of damage to onto Azaz. Azaz in a bit of trouble. The Requiem could be big though. Is blocked. Shutting down a lot of DPS. Red Team having a lot more trouble here. Looks like maybe the Blue Team starting to refine their gameplay a little bit as this tournament goes through, and actually having an incredibly good start here. Like, not really any cracks in the armor showing right now for Blue. Just very, very solid all around. No players falling, no players going into the downstate. Big Worm 1v1 into Brazil. Azaz is in a bit of trouble here. He has some evasion baked in though. Actually, no, he doesn't. I think it's just being weird. I think my Rev UI is looking completely scuffed. Gets to Alliance. Does have the double heal skill. Will be available now. Uses that stability there as well to give himself some extra sustainability in this fight to continue using his abilities. There it is. And actually holds on. They might turn it around as well. King Oko in trouble. King Oko maybe dying here. Big DPS on that Spectre. How is this 1v1 going? Yeah, actually looks like the Big Worm is winning too. Yeah, Big Worm wins 1v1. Shroud available for Brazil, but Brazil has to get away. Esprit, aka the Big Worm, does a very good job here on this Carrying Amulet build. I believe this is the exact build that Draza was running in the show match earlier, and I think it's the one that he really likes, actually, because it has this very powerful 1v1 potential, superior to the power builds, it seems anyway. He was able to 1v1 Azadome pretty effectively, and yeah, it looks like Brazil is probably going to have to leave this here pretty soon. I don't think he can hold this. Ooh, that might kill him, actually. Does he have the Shroud? I'm not sure if he does. Oh, 4 poisons. He ports back in. He's really going for this, but I think ultimately he's going to have to leave. He does not want to die in this situation, and is forced to back off. You know, it was funny. I was watching Draza stream, and he said that Kazas came up with this build within 1 hour of buying EOD. Okay, the build that Spree is running right now. Okay, he says that Kazas has a giant brain. He is the most intelligent player in all of Guild Wars 2. So there it is. That's kind of like the fun fact, the insight into the theory craft, the support player that Kazas not playing, but he still uses his massive wrinkly brain to deliver the French what they need to win these tournaments. And yeah, this is just looking like a very dominant performance right now from the Blue Team. They're just so far ahead, and this is no real opening for Red. They may be about to lose Jaina here as well. Jaina in so much trouble. Of course, there's a lot less defensive potential on Charming Jaina because of that Warhorn, not the focus, making it a lot harder to survive. There's no ability to use that Obsidian Flesh, and there is the kill. Can they get this revolve? They're going to go for it as much as they possibly can. They actually do get the revolve. Very nice survival, and the CC and the healing is quite nice from Charming Jaina. Gets the teleport there as well. Mistform was coming up in 15 seconds. That will be good to hold on to that. The Blindfold is going to go down, and the Earth Overload should resustain Jaina, but look at the points, guys. Look at the score. The 1v1 now begins, and this, of course, is a... Syndra is not playing the hard 1v1 build that Esprit is playing, so he actually might have a bit more trouble into Brazil. Although I believe they're basically running the same build, so it's kind of just a mirror matchup over here. But yeah, there's just nothing going on. 1-8, 2-11. This is just not good at all. Now, Goku is in trouble, taking a lot of damage. Actually, does actually manage to slip off that platform too, so we may see a kill on his core. That was a very nice Jade wins, but is it going to be enough? It's going to be very, very close. Good healing coming out there from that dodge on the Vindicator. Pulls a very nice kite there, actually, and will probably use the stability to get more healing, and has the heal up in 2 seconds. Would really like to get an Empower. He's going to go for it soon, I believe, once he line of sights a little bit. There it is. He goes for the Empower and does get it and gets back to full. Very nice play there by Goku, and of course, excellent peeling there from Azaz and Syndra, using the barrier from both the Vindicator and the Spectre to hold this core Guardian. Oh no, he falls off again. Not good for Goku, so he can't quite get the kiting he's looking for, but I think he is more or less okay here. Does have his heal sculpt fairly shortly and has stability and protection. Yeah, Az is doing a really nice job here, I think. He's on the Alliance stance. Ignore the Shiro, it's bugged. He's on Alliance stance right now, just blasting support, I believe, into Goku, which is really helping him survive there. And I think that's the value of the Vindicator, right? The Vindicator has this ability to support very nicely in these team fights. And kind of try to be like a good duo, right? Like a very good outnumbered survival combo for the support Guardian. Because Goku is getting battered again. The damage is absolutely insane. As is trying to support, I think this will finally be the end for Goku. It is. So that is a nice kill. Killing the support is really important here as well, but they may be about to lose Brazil. Brazil 1v2, double Spectre on him right now. The damage may simply be too much. He has no chance. Has shot in 1 second. He's got to hold 1 second. He actually finds it. Has another port here as well, but Syndra is on the chase. Has to take that back. Has another port in 2 seconds. Has a bit of Shroud, but this is... I don't think he can really get away here, actually. The Thieves are going to be way too fast from him, and this will be a kill onto Brazil. Red team win mid. King Oko is in. Ooh, that port was interrupted. Well of Gloom will not be kicking in here, at least for a few moments. Is there any way to survive? A good barrier there from King Oko. There's the port from the Well of Gloom, but is it enough? I don't think it is. He almost starts to turn the aggression back onto his opponents. There's the Shroud, but... oh, here comes Sind and Esprit. They're looking to get the kill here. This is very, very scary indeed. Oh, Brazil holding. Gets the well, but I think that's going to be it. Yep. Brazil has fallen. But, you know, there's a little bit of, of a chance here for Red. They have something going for them. Goku just isolated here, just getting revved to death. Can really see what happens. Like, support, you're very reliant on your team, right? Like, you just die so quickly. If you're on your own, there's no one to peel you out. That Herald will rip you to shreds. It will eat you alive, my friends. It really, really will. Blue get the decap, and looks like they've actually managed to recover from their minor setback of losing Goku very, very effectively. Spectre is, it's pretty good, guys. Good build. Very, very powerful build. Very strong. Definitely gets the winning. You know, the winning is very powerful. Very juicy gameplay. Very juicy content. Okay. But I think we're going to move to another game. This is looking not good at all here. Like, this is not looking very good at all for Red. You know, it's a shame, actually. I thought this could be a potentially spicy game, but Blue Team, they're fully activated now, guys. They're done warming up, and they want this monthly. They want to win this monthly as the brand new roster. French Worms and Syndra. French and Swedish Worms. It's the Wombo combo there, guys. They're joining together. Right, let's go ahead and move to another game. Let's see if we've got anything spicy. We actually have the Conquest Connoisseurs. Could be pretty interesting over there. Fishing begins with 500-0. A strong performance there, it really is. Let's go ahead and... how about Made of a Meta into Iona here? Ooh, this is actually a big win here for Mind Over Meta. Niccolo Ace, Demolish, Tiny Ikaru, and Jake's the Joker. 400 points up. Big wins here for the Blue Team. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other matches. There's a very close one. Let's look at that Conquest Connoisseurs one. Because that was pretty intense, I believe. Where was it? Here we go. 314 to 329. Let's leap into it, gamers. So on the red team, it's going to be Imdacat, Universe Frontier, Flamaz, okay, Pella, and Slug. Going against Gurigashi, Zajal, Hololo, Avatar, guys, okay? Very well known for his team fight druid build. Smashes into Imdakitty on the Death Magic Harbinger. Smashes it hard there with the brutal greatsword attack. The Harbinger gets out fairly effectively. Blue team a little bit behind her. They need to find some kills here. Red team rather, grabbing the cap there on the line, but they actually end up losing their players. Oh, blue team Helldesight gets picked off, just obliterated by the damage output of the red team, and that's actually really bad. Oh, wow, I feel like I've joined when the game is ending, actually. Another kill will end this game against blue. In fact, yeah, that is going to make... Can Gurigashi somehow get this revive? Needs to get it. Has to go for it. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be GG. Yeah, because Gurigashi's going to die here as well, and, well, never mind. Unlucky. I mean, maybe there's some kind of miracle if they manage to decap Universe Frontier. They do actually get the decap, but the thing is, they're 2 players down right now, and red team should be able to rotate to counter this fairly effectively. Yeah, we already see the Mechanist going for the Dragon will shut down the point gain of the blue team immediately, and they should be able to hold all these fairly effectively, as there will still be respawns coming in for the blue team. And in fact, Helldesight already in a lot of trouble. Actually has no defensive left over, actually, after that Dolyak stance, and may end up just dying here again. There is some good support here from the Weaver, keeping this player alive, but red team even going for the boss here, getting that sort of, that might well lock in this game. That's going to be quite catastrophic. Hello, Arcanoodle. This is actually yeah, this is monthly AT, Barrow. This is a great monthly AT as well. Really exciting. One of the best ones I've seen for a while. People are really going for it. There's some new teams on the board, some new theorycraft, some new content, some new gaming, some new memes, and I love to see it. I really, really do. It's incredible content, incredible gaming, incredible memes. But yeah, it looks like red should lock this in now. Let's go ahead and take a look at another game instead. Because blue, they are fucking dead. All right, let's have a look. What else have we got? Actually, do we have anything else? That might be the last game, actually. Never mind. Oh, wait, I'm already in that game. I can't look at that one. I'm already here. Yep, I think that's about it. Well, we have this one that's pretty close, but red team is winning really hard. Oh, no, no mind. Blue team is winning really hard. Zealith, Caspi, Salad, Saber, and Woody BG have managed to break through. They've broken out, taken out Icy Berry, Noon, Gucci Braids, Apsalar, and Yataris there. They are done. Very close game, actually, as it turns out. Like, the red team really had this kind of middle game advantage, but the blue team was able to rally themselves, come back, and blast. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone, guys. Welcome to Arcanoodle. Arcanoodle gameplay. Noodle content, noodle gaming. Will that cause major changes to solo play? Honestly, yeah, you're going to be a lot less focused around... certainly for solo play, breaking the Defiance bar is going to be less valuable, right? Because you're not going to get that much extra damage around it. So, like, worrying about too much CC is not really going to be high value in a solo environment. Unless you have to, right? Get back on Lost Ark. Listen, no, boys, as you're soon going to see, I actually happen to need you, right, and all the PvPers, right? If we're going to get PvP looking good again, boys, I actually need you, Helseth, Rom, and all of the useful people to actually do something, right? And that's all the players as well. That's all of 55. That's Worms. That's all of you fuckers, right? I actually need you, so I'm afraid you are not free. You're not allowed to go play Lost Ark. I need all of you guys to step up and actually get some shit done. Wait, there's one game going somewhere apparently, but it must be this one. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, never mind. It's this one still going. Okay, right. It's a very straightforward game, though, as you can see. It will be a 500 to sub 100. Okay, Boyce needs a proper spanking. Goodness me. Oh, my God.
Red team wins the capture point.
Yes. Yes. All right, anyway. Comments on AGS, Amazon Games Director leaving. Not a surprise. That's a studio that honestly hasn't done very well. Okay, I'm not a content monkey, I just log on stream. Yeah, but that's the thing though, boys. You can very easily be a content monkey, okay? What you need to do is just basically tell us what should be in the videos, okay? Record shit, and then we'll make the videos for you, right? Seriously, trust me. I know that's going to sound like a lot, but I know you love PvP, boys. I know you do. And don't even try and deny it. Don't even try and deny that you love Guild Wars 2 PvP. You're not just addicted. You actually really like it. I've watched your stream. I know you like it. I know you enjoy playing it. It's not just addiction. You actually like it, right? And ultimately, I do need your help, okay, I do need your help to make this game better. I can't handle everything at the same time. But yeah, I need to get this, I need to get these gamers together, right? I need to bring all the PvPers and get some work done, right? But are they going to... Exactly, yeah, you're exposed, buddy. You're exposed. Okay, you are hard exposed. Yes. Yes. Huge. Yeah, Boys isn't playing this one. Right, do we have any big games? Goku into Miaz. That could be interesting, honestly. Like, we could watch Goku into Miaz. Ooh, Fishing for Gizmos into Brazil. We actually have 2 really good games here that are definitely going to be worth looking at. I think the key games... Yeah, key games are Goku into Miaz. Then we also have Fishing for Gizmos into Brazil. Yeah, that's going to be spicy. Hey, good evening, Alka. How you doing? Hell yeah, you're all exposed. Listen, oh man, I honestly, I should just get Helsa to round you guys up. Actually, no, I don't know. Helsa's busy. I need someone to round up all the PvP players so I can yell at all of you and do a meeting so I can tell you what to do. Because listen, if you want to actually save the game, it is actually very doable. You just have to do what I tell you to do, okay? Who's in? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Wait. What is this? Okay. Bazil. Come on, man. Let's not. Listen, Bazil. Okay. I do not want to see any fucking shit talk happening. Okay. Here. Let's keep this calm and relaxed. Let's PMA scene. PMA Guild Wars 2 community. PvP scene. Love it. Okay. Yes. Yeah. No, don't time out for a day, right? No, come on, unban Brazil. What? Come on, man. No, this is full PMA here, guys. Right, it's a long time out, guys. Anyway, here we go. We're back in here, guys. Let's blast. Okay, on the red team, it's gonna be the Worms and Syndrina. Honorary French Worm now. Goku Support Guardian. Syndrina on Spectre number 1. Actually, interesting enough, the only player who's been running Well of Silence. Actually, really going for that kind of AoE CC, real like big, really annoying team fight pressure here. Like the slow, the chill, the weakness in a team fight. Very annoying to deal with, I imagine, actually. Great for cleaving out down states, right? Denying revives, getting stomps, right? Guaranteeing cleave. So an interesting utility skill to be taken here by Synd. With the pistol whip set up here. Azaz still playing with the Renegade, of course. The Big Worm. Okay, Esprit on the other Spectre and Raikon on the Mechas. Now, both teams have actually kind of pushed it, right? Both teams went for a push. However, red team has not actually secured a node yet. In fact, it was Jeff who was able to get over there to the quarry and secure that. And even blue team looking to grab mid. Now we actually do see red grabbing this. I believe red team was able to grab middle, I think, actually. Yeah, red have mid. It's just not showing up there on the UI, but there it is. They actually do have that. So it's now 1 node apiece. Let's see what the next set of rotations are going to be. Jeff now going to push into this team fight by the looks of this. And that might be a little bit late, though. We already see a lot of pressure coming down now onto Miaz and the support guard at the same time. It looks like they will be able to get away fairly effectively. Blue now have the double cap, though. The Sakiki able to actually get the cap into Raikon. However, I don't think that's going to last for long. We do now see the plus coming through here from non-plus ultra. Moving in. That's very scary for Raikon. However, the Big Worm and Cinder here too. This could be a big moment for red team here, because I think that this is very scary right now for blue. They need to hold on here until the support guardian arrives. Of course, the Spectre will do a great job of that. And of course, the Vindicator, of course, from Sakiki. Also putting in a lot of value here with those defensive abilities. Not going with Alliance stance, though, but non-plus ultra is already down there. Is there going to be a signet? That actually is. There's the port. However, I think Esprit gets the interrupt. No, he does not actually. And that is the floor of others. So good recovery there by the blue team. And blue team actually find themselves in a good spot here. They've got the double, and they've actually got a good hold, too. We can't really see a decap here. The mech is maybe going to try and push Jeff onto the quarry here. But this fight is what's really important. They need to win this fight. Can they do it? Now, red team actually had a few difficulties winning team fights into their previous opponents, the Fishermen. So let's see if they're actually going to be able to get this going. I'm going to look for Sakiki here, maybe. Wait. Actually, no, I almost thought, I actually kind of like fucked that up. I thought that Sakiki was playing like some kind of support build, but that is not the case, in fact. Sakiki playing, of course, the DPS Vindicator with a few bits of support built in. Blue team health bar starting to get a little bit low, actually. Red team doing a good job in this team fight. The support guard here from blue, trying to kite away, has to try and run away in fear here. Has a bit of healing left over. All cooldowns now being popped, but that is it. If red team can find this down, so if they can find this kill, that would collapse the fight massively in their favor. We already actually see a decap here from Notimelon here. Non-plus Ultra X gets out of there. Now the push here. Oh no, minecart abuse from Jeff. Jeff absolutely memeing here. He's in the cart. He loves being in the cart, but the Worms do get the team fighting. Even though it's a triple cap, that is a really big kill to get. There's no support on the map, but I think blue team is doing a good job disengaging. This is a limb. This is a Swiss. Last round of Swiss, I think, boys. But yeah, Jeff hard in this minecart right now. Not much that Raikkonen can really do. He's, of course, free casting on him. But he's got the barrier signet as well. Barrier signet with all the defensive. Jeff running full degen builds right now. I mean, it's not... I mean, honestly, the barrier is pretty dog shit in PvP, but I guess it does actually... It does give him the damage reduction, and it obviously does give him the projectile dome too, so there is that, I suppose. But yeah, it's not looking good here. Raikkonen cannot dislodge this player by any stretch of the imagination. Worms actually having trouble here. They were only able to get rid of the Guardian, but the Guardian's already back. It's a very, very slow comp here, slow fight. Of course, Mia's able to disengage. Will reset him almost immediately. That does give a bit of an opportunity for the red team to get a bit of a sneaky attack. And actually, I really like this here. This is very big from Sin. Yeah, and Jeff does go down. Jeff has now been shut down. That is a huge pickup. That's exactly what exactly what the red team needed, actually, because now Raikkonen is sitting on a node. He's going to be there the entire time. Even if Jeff pushes that node again, it's not going to do that much. He will not be able to actually generate that kill, and that is exactly where Raikkonen wants to be, of course. Ooh, and it's getting a little bit scary now, actually. Sakiki in trouble, holding this 1v2. Should be able to hold until the supports arrive. Here they are now, but it is now a 2-cap in favor of red. That will win them the game. It's a bit of a deficit now, 120 points, but they're still looking at pretty damn good, actually. Sakiki running away in fear. Okay, Jeff now back in play. Is he going to go for a push, or is he going to go for the team fight? Looks like he's actually going to go for the team fight. To try and save us. We're going to have an all-out 5v5 on middle. So see how that one goes. Looks like it is going to be the Spectre here of Zynga, right, being focused down. But actually, they turn it around effectively on Descend. Now it's going to be a decap. Is anyone going to match that, actually? I believe it is going to be Raikkonen. Yeah, Raikkonen's going to match that. This is a bit annoying, though, because the Thief is just going to immediately rotate back in, right? I don't think it will trait this 1v1. I'd be surprised if they did. Meanwhile, the fight has defused a little bit as it was just taking too long for either team to get value out of it. Looks like Jeff is now going to replace it, and now this is scary. Yeah, I think the red team perhaps ignoring Jeff a little bit too much here. Blue team rotating well, although it is going to be left neutral, allowing the Spectre to rotate back into middle. The support Guardian here actually very pressured, but actually Azaz goes down during all that. Shadow Step Stomp, does it land? Yes, it does! And the Signet was not burned, it was cancelled last thing, so very good reaction there by Goku. But actually, that's a very nice pickup. Not having that Vindicate, so a lot of AoE damage and teamfight presence removed for the Worms. Blue team performing extremely well here. Okay. Very, very nice indeed. All right, here we go then. I think Vindicator is bad, but they run it for the Cleanse. The Cleanse is indeed big. Cleanse is coming. So that Spectre is good. Yeah, Spectre is indeed very, very good indeed. Huge DPS here. Now they're going to push into Raikkonen as well. But this is looking fantastic for blue right now. Red needs something. They might be able to get Sakiki. Sakiki in a little bit of trouble, but the sustain is great. The healing is huge coming out here from the blue support Guardian, making that work very effectively. Raikkonen and Az is trying to get this 2v2, but it's a very slow 2v2. Spectre and Mech into the Vindicator, and a Mech there as well. That's going to take ages to resolve, if it will ever resolve. So it all comes down to this 3-0 mid, and the support Guardian does die. Great focus fire there. That double Spectre from Syndra and Esprit, just so much damage to the big worm. Just comboing beautifully, and they do actually get themselves slowly but steadily back into this game. Syndra will be able to intercept Miaz as he comes over there to the waterfall. Should make it onto there in time. Does so. Very good. Right, and Red, now with that cap, they're going to get a second node here as well fairly soon. Looks like Goku maybe going to go and help Syndra there on the waterfall. Nope, not going to happen just yet. The big worm holding this 1v2. Goku returns there because we're going to start the 2v2. A very slow game. 7 minutes in. Looks like the 2v2 is slowly being won by the red team, perhaps, here, actually. Very, very slowly indeed, but another Spectre is going to move in, but that will, of course, be matched by the big worm. 4 players from blue are going to be here very, very shortly. Goku about to follow Sweet, I believe. Here we come. And there we go. This 1v1 would just be over that. That's very slow. I think the Spectre might be able to generate the kill on mid, but it will take a very long time because Sakiki playing a very defensive build with Chalice. Very hard to take out. There are lots of damage reduction, lots of healing, all that kind of good stuff. So here we go. The clusterfuck of the 4v4 begins. And I think, again, looks like the Worms are going to be going for the support guy, and they see that as the opening. They see that as the easiest target that they can go for here. Good kiting, though, is being guaranteed. There's renewed focus in a few moments, so it's going to take a while to get this kill. However, all this time, Red is slowly winning the game. You've got to bear that in mind, guys. 70 points behind, so it's going to take a while. It's going to take, like, well, you know, a few minutes for Red to get back into this, but it's very, very close indeed. Are we going to see a kill here? The renewed focus is there. The big worm very, very low here too. They're going to try and turn it around. A spree has to get out. It does have the shout and the seal area. Ooh, might actually just go for a cheeky kill here. Moves out there. Might go for Sakiki. Sakiki in trouble, actually. The big worm actually gets into Shroud as well, so he should be able to survive. Oh, good heal. That nearly interrupted that, but not quite. The extra support there from the Spectre should be holding the Vindicator alive. This is a real nail-biting game. Oh, and Blue actually get the node. They're now maintaining parity. They're maintaining their lead currently. Sakiki does die, though. Is there a Signet? No, there is not. The Guardian can't possibly make it. That is exactly what Red needs right now. If they could then follow that through onto Not a Melon, that would be insane. Looks like that's not going to happen. Sin going to have to follow that up. Of course, a spree will get this cap on mid and then probably push this team fight. There's the double cap. Red in the same situation where they're going to be slowly crawling back into the game. I think they really want to go for a hunt. They want to try and get another kill as Sakiki now respawns. Here we go. Can he get here in time to prevent Non plus Ultra from dying? That's honestly the big question here. Non plus Ultra, I think dies to con these. Does die to con these, but Sakiki is in position to revive. Can Sin stop this? He's got the Siphon. They're going for the cliff. I think they can, yeah. That Spectre is too much. That's too much. That is a massive pickup, actually, guaranteeing the snowball. There's the stomp, and they get it. That's huge. Very big combo there from the big worm and random letters here. Because without that second Spectre, there's not a lot of kill potential. There's not much kill potential for Blue, to be honest with you. They cannot really get value out of that. That is not going to happen. And Red... Look at that, 300 points at 3-2-3. Red just going to ignore Jeff, basically not going to bother pushing that. Just want to hold on into these two nodes, getting back into the game slowly but surely. Syndra arrives in time to save the big worm. Goku here as well for the resustain. This does leave the team a little bit outnumbered on mid, but it is the Vindicator and the mech, so that's honestly fine, right? They can survive outnumbered pretty effectively. Looks like Az is trying to force this Guardian to stay, trying to make sure that the Guardian will not make it with Gordon. This is actually a huge play by Az's. The fact that this Guardian is not there is so fucking bad for Blue. Blue is in so much trouble right now. They've got to somehow get this Guardian over there. Look, having to burn everything just to survive Az's. This is so bad for the Blue team. If this support Guardian dies away from this main fight, that could be catastrophic. Blue did manage to somehow neutralize this node over here, despite Goku and the double Spectre being here, but they made that work anyway. But still, I think this fight will be very, very scary. The support from the gun is going to be massive. And yeah, the support guard does die. Can Jeff get this to revive? He's really going for it. The mech is blasting away, and that should secure this kill. Of course, this now allows Azaz to go ahead and push into this fight, and that really should seal the deal. The 3-3 actually going really well for the Blue team, though, because having that Vindicator, having 3 DPS, basically, like double Spectre Vindicator, seems to be enough sustain and enough damage to punch through all of that stuff. But Azaz has now arrived, and that's where the big difference is going to come through. It's now a big outnumber. Miaz actually goes down. Oh, there's a Signet res. Needs to stomp this. Can't do it, though. I think that will be a pretty much impossible thing to stop here. Is there a Signet here from the gun? There actually is, but it does get CC'd. Has stability, though, and there's no Siphon, I believe. So, yeah, that's a good revival there onto the Spectre, but is it going to be enough in time? Oh, my God. This is a play. Jeff is going to go for the Lord. Of course, if anything can solo the Lord effectively, Mech is definitely one of those things that can. Oh, no, oh, my God, they're all going for the Lord. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Double Spectre and the Mech, it's open. This is, oh, no, and Goku is not in position to respond to this. Goku sees it now. But they're already there. Cinder is here. Az is here. Goku is not. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. This can't possibly happen. It might happen. Goku can't get this revive. Oh, the Lord gets its heal. That's big. Oh, and I think Goku should be able to make it now. The caster is healing really well, too. They need to shut down the Signet. You can Signet the Lord. They need to interrupt the Signet. No, they're not going to get it. Not quite. That heal was enough. And Goku is able to get here, resustaining the Lord, and there it is. Yeah, the caster MBC. You gotta kill the caster MBCs, guys, seriously. Like, that MBC is huge, okay? It actually spams healing and, like, projectile, and actually does a lot of damage. Projectile destruction, too. It's really annoying. You gotta get rid of that, and Blue team, though, did get the map off that, bear in mind, guys. It forced a massive rotation. Bear in mind, guys, the Lord is not just about getting the points. You can force your opponents to rotate badly, and that's exactly what happened here, guys, actually, right? As you can see here, Blue team did get a map advantage off the back of that. If they can hold this, they're okay. And Jeff is actually respawning at the perfect time. Can he get there to match this mech, though? He's obviously going to... Oh, no, he already popped the shift Signet. The Thief makes it, and now Jeff can replace, so the Thief needs to go back in. At this point, I think... Ooh, yep, the Thief is going to leave. And if they hold, they do win. Actually, they are winning the game right now. I think they're going to hold. I think blue team wins. Yeah, Sakiki. Yeah, there's so much tankiness here, right? Guardian, Spectre, Vindicate as well. And a decap from Miaz. And it's not matched. It's not matched at all. Big Worm tries to make it, but he's not going to. That's it. Yeah, Esprit can't make it. Oh, no. 1 minute on the clock. These fights are way too slow. Incredibly stale. No, 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 no. This game is over. Blue team will secure victory. Actually, that is a full GG here. This is Swiss right now, guys. It's not a limb. This is Swiss. So both these teams have more games to play, but that is going to be the end of that 4-8-4. It will be a 500 to 460 here. Not really much potential for any more points to be scored in this game. Azers knows it's over. They all know it's over. And that's going to be GG. Boom. 460, 501. Game over. Wow. Bit of an upset there, actually. Worms having difficulty into it. Basically a mirror comp here as well, I believe. It's double Spectre, then the Mechanist, Support Guard, and Vindicator. But blue team able just to have a bit of an advantage. They got a big advantage in that early game, and they've now secured victory here. They're going to be going in as the top seed, I believe, into the eliminations, which are going to be coming up right now. We're going to the elims now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually, there's a really intense game here as well, guys. Fishing for Gizmos into Brazil. Ooh, oh my god. Fishers doing really well. But actually, Enigma and Zan down. Could this be a comeback for the red team? Nemesis trying to get this. They need the decap, though. Maya is in position. Double Rev is moving to get rid of her. They will be able to do that effectively, but they're going to rotate very heavily to this side. I think they almost have to ignore Maya, I think, and just push this fight, and they do that successfully. Xeon is down. They need this double cap, though. Charming Jaina going for the stomp, does get it, but they're going to, actually, no, they are going to push the decap. Double Rev is here. Can they decap Zan and Maya? This is what it comes down to. No, it's not enough. It's not enough, actually. It's 50 seconds, and it's 23 points. So they need kills and the double cap, actually. Can they do it? They need this decap now, and they need kills. Otherwise, they are simply not going to have the time for this. Oh, the Spectre's really doing a great job of supporting each other. They're so durable. Oh, this trait here is so powerful. Hungering Darkness is so good. The Spectre duo of Destiny holding them so well here. But Maya is in trouble. Might fall, does fall. There's the kill. But the decap, they need it. There's too many points. I think they're out of time here. Brazil's team putting in that work, but I don't think it's going to be quite good enough. Nah, 10 seconds. They'd really need to feed at this point. It needs to be a full feeding frenzy. And they're going to hold the cap as well. Xanders go down. Xeon arrives, though, on the Mechanist. We'll be able to hold them. What an insane game. 0 seconds. 416, 429. Absolute madness. But that is quite a monstrous set of players. And that's going to be a big top 8 here. Of course, Brazil's team here. Off Dream. Just narrowly being defeated by the Fishers. The Monthly is fire. I mean, it is a little bit lukewarm, though. I'm not going to lie, guys. It's a little bit lukewarm. Because everything is extremely tanky and extremely annoying to play against. But you know what? Other than that, you're right, boys. It is popping. Right? It is indeed popping, as they say. Oh, my God. Dude. Oh my god. I think Echo's about to kill the jailer. Is this it? Okay, I know this is very unrelated. Oh my god. 0.8% wipe. Oh no. 0.6% wipe for Echo. Holy shit. Unbelievable. I was there, but actually not because they failed, but still. Yeah, Mr. Dojo with the tier 1, I appreciate it. Yeah, of course. I'm watching the world's first, man. I'm all about it. Okay, so let's see what is going on here. Let's do some predictions here. So it's going to be Mia's team wins here. Ooh, this is the interesting game. This one, green numbers into Brazil. That's spicy, right? That is the spicy one there. That's the spicy juice. Okay, it absolutely is. Fishing for Gizmos, that's going to be very favored towards Fishing for Gizmos. Goku might have had it very favored. So it's going to be Goku into Fishing again, which was actually really close in Swiss. Wow, these games are going to be fire, guys. It's going to be crazy. So it's going to be Goku versus Fishing in semis, and Miaz into We Don't Know. So this is the game we're going to watch here. Skyhammer, here we go. Let's do this. All right, then. On the red team, it's going to be Jelsine, Charming Jaina, King of the Fall, King Oko, El Goddess, and Brazil. Going up into the blue team. The rotator. What? Oh, Misha actually going with the Tempest. Interesting. Yeah, this is going to be an agonizingly slow game because it's fucking Skyhammer. Misha, also known as the Master of Disaster, Y2 on far lol, with a Tempest running the Dolyak, Avatar Amulet, Earth, Water, Tempest. Kind of using that Cran build here, so the support Guardian, very interesting. I guess just going for the all-out Brawler style, right? Like just full Brawl, because Tempest actually does better than Guardian in really long, protracted fights. It just kind of never runs out of steam, whereas Guardian kind of does. It runs out of cooldowns eventually. And also, the Tempest has a lot of defensives too, right? You have Earth Shield here. You know, you can Light Damage here a little bit faster, right? You have Shocking Aura, you Obsidian Flesh. So a lot of really good defensive tools for the Tempest that help it survive a little bit better in really long fights. Guardian tends to have problems once it runs out of cooldown, so that's probably the thought process. It also does a bit more damage too, right? Like the Lightning Overloads in particular, very, very potent in terms of the DPS output that can be brought to the table there. Regardless of that, the damage now begins, and it's a full 0-0 setup as both teams actually go for the push. D-Mose is going to 1v1 into the Spectre of Bazil. Bazil feeling confident that he can maybe win this. He is getting pressured very hard, though, so he's got to be careful. The Mexi sees him. There's the heal from the Well of Gloom. Bazil doing a pretty good job, actually. Lands the poison into the heal to deny some value from that. Dra very pressured here on the middle node. Bazil looking tasty. Dra pops that Glint heal skill. Meanwhile, we actually have this Weaver into the Spectre over here, the Rotator into Nemesis. Of course, we actually saw Nemesis have a bit of trouble, actually, into Spectre in the previous game, but looks like he is holding very effectively. Dra now in a lot of trouble. Very, very low. 4,000 health left over. Climbs back up to the mid node there. Gornet going for the peel there with the Core Necromancer. There's the Lich. Nice Lich there to help Dra. Very good. And Dra holds. And here's the Water Overload from Misha. There we go. Fully re-sustaining up. And the fight will continue to rage on. I think the big ones are actually the side node fights almost here, actually. That's what seems like the mid fight seems to be very stable. A huge amount of sustain. I think Charming Jaina is maybe the opening that blue team will be going for here because, again, Charming Jaina not running focus, right? So it's Warhorn, so it's a lot squishier, less defensive, no Earth Shield either. So that certainly does favor Misha in terms of like who's going to be the tankier Tempest here for sure. And you can see Charming Jaina getting very pressured. Does manage to disengage and will start re-healing here before going back into the fight. And blue team do get the node, and yeah, Charming Jaina has to port away, does get the Water Overload, gets the heal. It's a very unusual build to do bear in mind, guys, right? There's actually there's no healing power, right, on Charming Jaina. Going with Paladin Amulet instead of the regular amulet that you would see, the Avatar Amulet, which is a bit unusual. Does somehow get an insanely miraculous hold into the Mist form. Really big hold, but again, yeah, the Rotator. This Spectre is a problem. I don't want to say that Weaver is causing problems here, but I'm not going to lie, guys. Weaver is causing problems here for the red team. Nemesis is just not able to 1v1 Fly. Fly is just flat winning, right? They are just flat winning these 1v1s into Nemesis. And I don't think that's actually Nemesis' fault, to be clear, but I do think that this is obviously incredibly favorable now in favor of the Master of Disasters team here, because this is just a huge pickup there. Good Signet, Glyph rather, coming through there. Big Revive was not able to be knocked there by the red team. Unfortunately, the red team now losing 3 players, El Goddess, Bazil, and Charming Jaina. That is not looking good at all, actually. Very, very bad news for Red. Jelsine doing his absolutely best to try and hold on and try and survive as best as he possibly can, but it's not going to be easy. There's a lot of DPS here available for the blue team. It looks like we are going to be seeing the Master of Disaster, Misha. It's kind of like the Master of Numb, right? We actually have, it's kind of like a good combo here. So we actually have we have 3 guilds here, right? We have Fly and Gornet from Ultra Numb. We have Misha and Dra from rank 55 dragons, and we have D-Moses, okay? D-Moses from Foolish 15, GVG Overlord. Love to see it. Okay, anyway, this is looking like very, very solid, though. This seems to be a clear-cut victory in favor of blue. There's actually 0 points in the board, and honestly, this map is very hard to swing momentum, guys. Really, really hard, because there's just it's so easy to kite here, and it's a very slow map. So like Skyhammer, you have all these platforms to jump on. It's going to be almost impossible for red team to actually break out of this. I think that regrettably, the run of Off Dream, Bazil's team, is essentially over. Let's have a look at what else we got over here. Let's go check it out. We actually have, yeah, blue team winning fairly convincingly here as well. Well, we actually have double mech abuse, and that is certainly very annoying. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be very, very annoying to play against. But I don't think it's going to be enough really to beat the blue team here. I think that's too gimmicky, too cheesy. There's simply not really enough damage output at this stage, right? They won't be able to get any kills. Like the second that blue team gets something done here, they're not going to match. And notice that there are 0 Spectres. There are 0 Spectres on red team. They don't really have kill potential that much. I mean, they have some nades here from WaddieBG, but that's not enough. And the Harbinger, but the Harbinger won't be able to hold against the sustain. The amount of output that the red team, the blue team has, it will not be enough. So that's going to be a victory in favor of the Miaz team. Let's have a look at Goku versus Mind over Meta. Oh, yeah, that is a slightly one-sided game. It is a 500-0 situation. Of course, this blue team here, they need their revenge. They want their revenge against Miaz. Miaz's team, of course, was able to secure victory quite convincingly, in fact. Well, not convincingly, very close, but they were able to get victory regardless of that. Hell yeah. But, let's see, we have one more game, I believe, to look at. It is Fishing for Gizmo versus Sedantic, but I believe this game will also be very favored towards the Fishers. Indeed. Fisher gameplay, guys. Fisher content indeed. Here we go. Actually, Xeon does get exploded out of nowhere. But there it is. Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, we're just going to wait for the next game now. We must wait for the next round. Not much going on here, I'm afraid. Not much sauce, not much juice. Okay, let's get ready to bring the content, guys. Let's get ready to bring some gameplay, big memes, big airing. That game is now over. Brazil's team is basically dead unless there's some amount of miracle. They did get 1 kill by the looks of this, getting those 5 points, but that ain't going to cut it. Yeah, that was 1 kill, but this is going to be a very, very slow and painful defeat for the red team here, I'm afraid. Yeah, Nemesis isn't down to there. I think, honestly, look, it's really interesting, actually. They kind of got a long way with a slightly unusual comp, and you've got to give them a lot of respect for that. The Weaver, the Double Rev, the Tempest, right? Like the Paladin Amulet Tempest. Certainly an unusual choice, and they actually even get a kill on Gornet here. Misha may be able to revive here with the Glyph. He does exactly that. Gets that player back on the feet. Go big, go hard, and that is going to be that. This is big, guys. We're going to be seeing Miaz into... Ooh! Oh, shit. Now, that is spicy, guys. It's going to be Miaz into the Master of Disaster. And then it will be Fishing for Gizmos into Goku. So, that will be a new matchup. It was a rematch with Fishing for Gizmos. They actually narrowly were defeated by the French Worms in Swiss. But we haven't seen Misha into Miaz, if I'm not mistaken. So that will be a fresh matchup, fresh gameplay, fresh memes. Ah, yes. Guild Wars 3 when? Probably never, okay? Sorry, guys. Just got some DMs here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, there is going to be another expansion, Blam, so don't worry. It's going to get worse. How about some more elite specs? Do you fancy a few more elite specializations, Blam? I think that sounds like fun, right? But anyway, that's the end of this. Mech gameplay here, ready to go. Look at that. Demolisher Amulet, Rune of Sanctuary, Mace Shield. Love to see that, guys. You really do. The J drive is here. The Barrier drive is here. The Meme drive is here. The Everything drive is here. Okay, then. So, we're going to be moving on very, very shortly. The game is over. Both teams essentially know that that is the case now. The conceding has happened. Okay, we'd actually probably get into Fishing for Gizmos early as that game is starting while we simply wait for the other ones to end. These ones are a little bit behind now, around in the 350-point range, whereas we are, you know, kind of like basically nearly at the end of this one. So this one has already started. We'll go take a look at that while we wait. How is NA going? Here we go. So right now we actually have, here we go. So we have, I believe the red team is Naru's team by the looks of this. Port God X is Naru, of course. We have Swinging Jaw, Primal S, Vans, and Nezio. Vans going for another monthly AT win. Spicy on the Blade Sworn. And on the blue team, that might be team number 2, actually, which you have Grimjack, Girlfriend, there's Hannibal, Monkey Nest, okay, Mark, and another Spectre over there. So it looks like actually interesting. NA playing a slightly different setup, not seeing so much of the double Spectre that we see here on EU. No, so no abuse of the stacking, but fairly intense game right now. It does appear that red team having the upper hand there with a 100-point lead. Nezio here on the corner with actually a bit of an EU hybrid team, right? Nezio, of course, an EU player playing on the NA region with the double core necro from red. Actually, very interesting to go with that, even forsaking the mech, right? Very interesting stuff actually there. From NA. Of course, a lot of players really value that mech for the dual potential and also that kind of semi-support thing, but red team just going to muscle it with the double Necromancer and basically play the old meta, right? They're playing the old meta game here, where you have, I imagine, one of the Necromancers essentially kind of role play as a bit of a duelist. Or it looks like it looks like Vans is kind of being the duelist here on the Blade Sword, and they're just double pushing the Necros into the team fight, right? And just muscling it with those Necromancers. Yeah, Mark is going to go down here. Naru in a bit of trouble, but I don't think that... Actually, he is going to maybe die, but no, the Stomp comes through, and that's going to be a fairly decisive victory, I believe, here for the red team. Should be anyway. But anyway, let's see. We'll wait until this game starts, because this one is about to end. Good team to beat. No, so I'd say that the second best team is probably the team that we see there on blue. If there's any team that can beat them, it will be that team there, I would say. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Love to see it. All right, let's move on. Is that game starting yet? Let's go. Give me the game. Go. Well, Skyam are actually capped by red, prolonging the suffering even further. It will never end. Air doesn't get airtime. Oh, don't worry, I'm trying to work on that. I am trying to work on that.
Red team wins a capture point.
I don't really have much to say. Red team trying to make an epic comeback, but it's probably a little bit late for that, I'm afraid. Jeff actually has this over here locked down anyway. He's on point C. He's looking good. Everything else is very, very stale. I mean, they can just very slowly wait for the game to end. Oh, yep, that is going to be what I feel a little bit bad for scrolling over to Zeolith as we move over there, because he actually just died to falling damage with a Mace 2 leap there. He's got quite a funny account name here as well. His account name is My IQ is 9061. So obviously he is very proud of his vast intellect and wrinkly brain. But there it is. If Sneb got partner to do it. And look, Sneb, he will never get a ArenaNet partner. Why? Because I'm vetoing him. I am making sure that Sneb never gets a ArenaNet partner, guys. I don't want to leak that now. I feel like I have to at this stage. But yep, that is reality. That is the truth. That is the content. But yeah, that's how it is. That is how it is.
Installed. Charging the laser.
Yeah. Don't cancel me, gamers. I'm uncancelable. Right, anyway, there it is. So let's see. We have to... Wow, dude, they're actually delaying this to the max. Holy shit. Like, they are simply not adding this. They are just not accepting the Q pop. Okay, so we are delayed here in getting to our next match. And the semifinals will now commence, gamers. We will now commence immediately. Fishing for gizmos into Goku. And then Miaz into Misha. 1v1. Right, what are we doing here? Oh, here we go. Nice. Revenge of the Capricorn. Here we go. So, this is going to be a big one. You know what's super interesting about this game, by the way? This actually is really exciting. Do you know why? Let me tell you why. Because the team fights were actually being won by the Fishers in the last round. And I was very impressed by that, actually. I was really impressed. And this is a very team fight-oriented map. I think blue team might be happy to see this, actually. This is going to be a big game. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a really exciting game, I think. Very similar compositions. We have the double Spectre on both sides. Syndrina and Esprit, the big worm, versus Maya and Zan on the team. Both running slightly different builds. We actually see the condition well here. Maya, Well of Sorrow, whereas it's actually going to be, I believe, Seal Area for Esprit. Very duelist focused, right? Like really having that node pressure with the Well of Bounty. And then Zan running the power build, right? And that's kind of like the Syndrina analog over here. But Sin is running a bit differently. He's going with the Well of Silence for that big AoE kind of like CC and debilitating condition spam in the team. It's a long cooldown, but certainly a very annoying ability to deal with. in these fights can be very good at securing victories. This could be very, very spicy here. Of course, the Mechanist here from Riken. Over here, kind of the same build that we've been seeing the entire time. And Xeon over here, too, with the Demolisher Amulet and Rune of Sanctuary. Enigma is going to be the support Guardian Gamer for the blue team. And, of course, Goku doing the same thing for the Worms. No pushes right now, in fact. Although there actually is... They're looking to push Riken, in fact, over to the Bazaar while they simply get Azers to cap the dock. They succeed in doing that, but uh-oh. Zan and Maya moving in. That's a little scary. Goodness gracious me. Azer's going to have to hold off there. Goku is now in play, and Red Team get themselves a nice advantage off the back of that, actually. Syndra now arrives onto Xeon, is pumping away hard. Xeon does get sustained there by Enigma. But now Goku has been here and has arrived to actually sustain Azers. But actually, weirdly enough, I think this 2v2 is actually a little bit scary for Red Team. There's just so much damage from these double Spectres that it might be really hard for them to hold. Now, of course, the Vindicator is quite sustainy too. Has access to a good amount of evasion and blocks and has some AoE healing and sustain there as well. But honestly, like, Spectre is just going to destroy this. So I think Red Team need to be very careful. They actually do get a really nice start, though. Now securing their Mechanist against, on their node against the MMech and pushing Spectres towards mid. Esprit actually holding really nicely. Yeah, this is really good. Esprit control this for ages, too, because the Guardian doesn't really contribute and he can sustain the rev. And this is a horrible 1v1 for Tricon as well. This is Condi Spectre into Power Herald. This is kind of disastrous, I think. I honestly think maybe Tricon just needs to leave. I mean, it will be made into a 2v2. I like this by Xeon, actually. This is a really nice rotation. Moving towards middle to make this a 2v2. Instead of just like a, like a weird 1v1. But I think it might be a little bit too late. Tricon in a lot of trouble here, taking very heavy damage, has to get out there. Oh, gets interrupted. Did he just get his heal skill interrupted? He actually did, but he managed to get it off in time. Anyway, not before losing a lot of health, though. But Red Team, they are active right now. They are just going berserk right now. These players are just out of control. Completely out of control. Enigma in trouble. But I do think that, the Worms, they are out for blood here. Bear in mind, these same two teams Tricon down. There's no res on that either. Xeon can't get that. No way. This could actually be a 500-0. Wow. And bear in mind, in Swiss, this was 500 to 400. A very close matchup. But Red Team, they've clearly had a bit of a meeting, team meeting, refocus, understand the strats, go on with a plan, get those rotations down, find those kills. And to be frank, they are just going berserk. They are crushing their opponents here. And obviously, maybe there's a bit of a differential. The map is different. It was Kylo last map compared to Capricorn this time. But this is a significantly stronger performance this time from the French Worms. They want to win this. They want to get this going. Yeah, they had a very good opener, right? Getting that far push and the close node was huge. And Goku was able to reinforce back to Azers to make him not die with a double Spectre. So blue team got nothing, right? They got absolutely nothing out of their opener pushing the double Spectre. And they also lost both side nodes simultaneously. And that's just not good at all. Now, Goku is in trouble. He's got renewed focus in 1 second. Is going to be able to get that off. Doesn't even have to use it just yet. He's able to resend quite nicely. And this team fight is looking great right now. And for the Worms, too. Like, Maya under a lot of pressure. Syndra going to go for that kill. Yeah. And immediately Azers pounces. That's going to be a kill here, at least. Is there a signet? I believe there is from Enigma. He actually does have it. He has no stability, though. So, actually, he does now use it on the F3. So he's able to get that stability out, but not enough. And Maya is still going to go down there. I believe, yeah, Signet will not come through in time. The port was there, and that's another full collapse there. The Bell is going to be very stalled here. Riken nearly actually gets the decap by abusing that knockback. The Thief, the Spectre, was forced away there. Like, Zan will have to 1v1 the big one. But again, this is a great 1v1 for Esprit. Esprit's on the condition build here. And Zan can't really fight that. Yeah, he's forced to leave. And then this is going to be another big fight on the Bell. This could be 0. This could well be 0. Enigma's down. This could be a res from Maya, maybe? Yeah, I think that will be a revive, actually, funny enough, as Goku is now going to respond, but I don't think he can get there in time to actually shut that down. He has a CC, but oh my god! Oh no! That is disgusting! That might be a stomp. Beautiful knockback there by Goku, noticing just in time. Bell fight has the double Spectre here from Red, and that's going to be a kill onto Zan almost immediately. Then they'll probably turn that around onto a kill onto Xeon too. There's a sliver of Shroud left over by Zan. It's not enough, though. Maya tries to help with some barrier, but it's a little bit too late. Blue team is just absolutely crumbling. Tricon about to fall. Gremlin's Azers going to kill this Herald. They're just trying to hold on. Oh, it's so low. 4% health. Gets the Gladiol. Beautiful hold there by Tricon. Enigma is now back to the same, but it's not going to be enough. The Bell hell's going to be won here by Riken as blue team is forced away because of the oppressive damage from those Spectres? Could it be one node captured? At least something. It may be mid. Tricon, no, but Az is there to clean it up. Goku gets the cap there, allowing Riken to rotate to the Bazaar to hold on to that. Cinder is already here. We're seeing the regime Goku. Oh, perfect as well. Matching Zan coming off respawn. I love that. Very, very nice there. The big worm already looking for future prey. Might have to come back, though, as Zan is now back. Tricon is so much trouble. There is a Signet available and stability for Enigma. But where do they go from here? They're not winning any of these fights. They're just not getting anything done. Riken and Cinder holding this. This is very, very stable here. It's just a perfect mirror. Not much going on there, to be honest. I do like the attempt to decap here and split the map by Zan, but it's immediately matched by Spree, who, again, has a superior 1v1 matchup. It does appear that... actually, a Spree just activates. He covers Zan in his own worms. Right, worms all over Zan. Gets one shot by the Condi Spike from the big worm. Enigma going for the revive, but there's poison. No! Yeah, the poison from the Dagger 3. It's not enough. That's a big advantage of that Spectre too. That massive poison application. I think the cleave's too much here. Enigma can't find the air. Siphon to interrupt into the Omega stun there in Shroud 5, and that's the end of that. Tricon in trouble. He was left alone there. At Gremlin Az is going for this kill. Tricon about to fall. Tricon down. Signet is burned as well by Enigma. It's over. It's over. Wow. Wow. Absolute devastation. This is going to be a 500-0 game in Monthly AT semifinals. Syndra eliminates Xeon. That'll be a cap there for Riken, pushing back over here. Like this, I do have to say, I think that the Condi Spectre here from... the Condi Spectre is really putting in work. I'm not going to lie, guys. From a Spree here, because wherever he goes, the Thief 1v1 is really relevant right now. Like the Spectre v Spectre is so relevant, and because Zan can't take that, and neither can Maya, because they're both power, neither one of them can fight a Spree. A Spree is totally uncontested right now, running around the map, just farming anything he wants, getting kills left and right. There's no answer to this, and it's just losing them this game, honestly. I mean, obviously, there are other things that are coming into it as well, but it's one of the things that means they just can't come back. They simply cannot come back into this. Right, let's go and check out the other game. Let's see. This is actually a pretty spicy one, too. Ooh, and it is spicy as well. D-Moses here. It's a slight advantage right now for Red. Blue with the points, though. You can see they got a good opener. They're getting 2 kills, but Red team yoink themselves the bell. That's very nice. That can snowball very quickly, as I'm sure you're aware. Dra, though, looking for Miaz. Miaz trying to port away. Gets the Gloom. Sakiki now reinforces there, too. On the Vindicator. Dra forced away. Good support from the Master of Disaster. Misha gets the heal. Very big. Decap comes through. Jeff holding down mid. And of course, that's going to be matched by Demos. Both mechanists kind of not really confident to rotate away. And Dra goes down. Is there a glyph? There is water glyph coming. It lands. Very nice heal there by Misha. Re-sustains this fight. Let's see who's going to be the target here. What do they want? They want to go for Miaz. But Misha gets a very heavy burst onto that Thief. Oh my god, Misha is going to die here. Has the invuln, has the heal skill very, very shortly. Might have an Obsidian Flesh too in a few moments. Gets the block for the barrier. Nice kiting here by Misha. Great ability usage, but he needs more. There's the Obsidian. He does have it. Has to use it, I think. Yeah, has to do it. There we go. Gets the disengage. Tries to hold on as best as he possibly can, but wow, this is tough. Misha about to die. I think this is going to be a kill from Miaz. Great kiting, but no. The Heartseeker lands. Support goes down. That's a big... And as the bell comes up, that's scary. Both mechs are going to go and hold it for now, but the winner of this team fight is going to be brutal. Andra gets cleaned out as well. This is the worst possible time to die. Misha is down. Oh, a very nice Vapor. That could be a... It is a revive. Can they now get Dra? They need to try and chain that into Dra, but Gornet about to get blown up here as well. Dra still in the downside. Could this be a revive? I don't think so, actually. They're too low. They're too pressured. They're trying to make it work. Gornet, though, gets Shroud in 1 second. Can he find it? He does get Shroud, but he's got 3,000 health left over. Misha in control. Red team now have both those nodes. Mech 1v1 there. Of course, it's 50 points for Red, 25 for Blue. They really want to win this if they can. Nothing going to happen there, but Gornet in trouble here. These Spectres, and of course, Sakiki on the Vindicator looking to go for the hunting down Gornet here. Immediately, can they find this kill? Misha here coming for the support. Is it going to be enough? I don't think it is, though. 400 health. No, it's not enough there. Can Misha revive? He does not have the glyph, bear in mind, so they have to try and hand it, but they can't get it. The massive damage there is simply too much. Red team still have the map advantage, but Blue are about to get some more kills. So I think Fly in a lot of trouble. Meneful, yeah, gets CC'd, gets caught there. He's about to go down very, very shortly. Can they somehow hold on to this? No, I don't think Fly survives here. Doing a great job of sustaining there with Misha. Gets the Well of Gloom, tries to teleport away. Has the seal area available too. So if Misha can somehow hold, this is going to be massive. Meanwhile, we have this big fight over here. It's just a flat-out 2v2. I've got to say, this has been an amazing hold by Red. Fly and Misha playing out of their minds. Can they somehow hold on until they get reinforcements? Gorna is now back. That's a big play to have the Necro, but I don't think it's enough. The Rotator is down. The Glyph is not up for another 10 seconds. I like the Tornado. That's very nice. That could potentially allow this to revive. They're going to go for it now. The stability is there. The water overload is coming through to try and heal Gorna, but no, they can't get it. They know they can't get it. It's simply too much damage. The Jade Winds comes through. The Rotator is about to fall. The decap there as well. Oh, nice decap there by Nomos onto Dra. Not able to get that intercept there just in time. Gorna about to get absolutely destroyed in the cleave, and Misha left alone. He does have a glyph now, I believe. Yeah, he does. He tries to go, he can maybe connect that, but no, Gornet will get cleaved out just barely in time. And now this is where things get scary, because Blue can now afford to rotate a plane. Jeff winning this 1v1 too. That's really big, actually. Jeff is already winning. That means when a Spectre pushes in, this is catastrophic for the Red Spectre, because for the Red Mechanist, they will die almost immediately. Ooh, and Dry. Yeah, of course, Dry can't 1v1 that Spectre. That's a massive tempo swing for Blue. They're going to get the Bazaar, they're going to get the Dock, and they're going to find the Bell here as well. Yeah, here's the plus from Sakiki. D Moses can't hold that, has to get the hell out there, and this is not where you want to be. Jeff is going to lock that in. There's the triple gap and the Bell. That is absolutely crazy. I love to see that crazy gameplay. There's the Bell. Blue Guardian is in a little bit of trouble here. I've got to say that. We do have a few problems right now for the Blue Guardian. Has to pop Renewed just to hold on there as best as they possibly can, but should be good enough until some more Spectres arrive. Yep, here they come, guys. Here come the Spectres. They have arrived right now. That is how it goes. That's a big lead now, and the next Bell's up in 20. If Blue Team get that, then the game is well and truly over, believe me. Not much can be done here. Let's see if they can make that happen. D-Mose is in position. I like that here from the Red Mech. That's beautiful. We'll be able to hold nicely into the Guardian there, and now we have that matched by the support of Misha, but this is going to be so slow, and there's a lot of points to catch up here, to be honest. A lot of catch up here. Fly in a bit of trouble. The Rotator about to fall here, taking very heavy damage. And there it is, the Rotator tries to get out, gets the Shower Sep, but they're in dire straits right now. The Red Team need to get a really big team fight wipe. They need to wipe out the Blue Team. They might have an opening here on Miaz. Miaz incredibly low. Has Shroud, but 1k health. Is re-healing pretty effectively. Dra coming for the chase. Could he find this kill? If he can, that'll be big. Oh, but very nice peel, actually, from the Blue Guardian here. And, of course, the Revenant there from Sakiki as well. So from the Spectre of Non-Plus Ultra. Blue, I think they have this pretty effectively here. 150 points. Bell will be big for Red. That'll be 50. That'll put them to 300. They still need another 100 of that. Ooh, that's big, though. Gornet does manage to snag Sakiki and get that kill. If he can now collapse into this team fight, get a massive wipe, and with this decap here from the Bazaar, that's good. Oh, but Demos is down. Is that a revive? There it is. Beautiful revive there by the Master Disaster. Big res, and has now that protection uptime, sharing the Earth Shield there with the Mechanist, holding this firm. Red Team now has the map advantage. They're climbing back in. If they can win this spell, they can get a few more kills. It's going to be good. Dra, though, he can't possibly try and 1v. He wants us to try and contest this, but I don't think this is going to work. There's no way he can hold that Spectre. It's just not going to happen. The Rotator also into Sakiki. I think this is a fairly even 1v1. Sakiki is a kind of has this build that's a little bit designed around being able to 1v1 pretty effectively, being very sustaining with that Retribution trait line, of course, there, but looks like the spec. Oh my god. Look, why play the game when you can just press 3 on Spectre? Just the poison application. The amount of output on this build is just absurd. With that, this potent poison, 20% damage increase, extra poison from Deadly Ambition, it's going to be too much. 11 stacks of poison, absolute obliteration there from Fly. Nothing that Sakiki do to hold on there, really. And Red Team, they've got the double cap. Can they now snowball this? They're coming in for the kill. Draws down, though. They need that revival. Oh, they can't get that, I don't think. No, that's not going to happen. Can they maybe convert it, though? Oh, hang on. It will be a big turnaround onto Synod. But no, it's not going to happen. They're doing a great job. They actually might get the bell. Oh, my God, they do get the bell. Blue concedes the bell for free. They still maintain their lead of 450, and they have a mech on this. Yeah, this is a problem right now. The red team almost needs to win the next bell, actually. I think they need that 75-point injection, because there's no way they can get rid of Jeff. Jeff is just going to bunker this down, no problem on this Mechanist, particularly with the Spectre coming in from Mia's support guardian, also available, moving across the map. That one node does win the game, and also, they need to contest this bell, otherwise this game just flat out ends pretty much. It's a 50-point bell. Red team can't hold it. If red team need to get this, they need that 75 points. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to win this game, I don't think. They technically have enough time to do it on points, but it will just take them such a long time to control the map and actually get the caps because of how tanky everyone is in this matchup. And they've only got 29 points to do it. They've got 28 points. That's what they're going to go all in to try and get rid of Jeff, win the fight, and then go. But I don't think that's going to work, actually. I think that blue can just die on node, and they actually auto-win here. They are a little bit low on cooldowns on the support. They actually do get the decap, and they actually do die. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Wait, I don't believe this. I think, you know, the thing that I said was really hard, red team has actually done it. They get Jeff. Oh my, okay. Okay. And now we're in a catastrophic position for blue, actually. That is an absolutely insane comeback there. They now get this bell, and they wipe everyone out over here on the bazaar. That is absolutely insane. Sakiki has to try and hold this. Can the blue team get a node? They can't get that bell. That bell's 75 points. Blue must contest. So they get the decap, and now D Moses has the node. And there's the double cap. Support Guardian is now back. Red team actually is now in an amazing spot to win the game. Wow, what an insane comeback, actually. Holy shit. That was pretty wild. That was one of the most insane comebacks I have ever seen. Holy shit. Wow. And there's the triple cap. That's the game. That's game. There's no way that blue can get the bell. It's just not going to happen. And red just needs to AFK and die on node. They managed to just barely break through. They broke through at the very last second, and they have now secured victory, eliminating the blue team in an unbelievably close semifinals. And the finals, who is it gonna be other than a true clash of titans? Wow, 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 wow. It's gonna be a big, big gameplay here, guys. It really is. It's going to be Misha versus Syndrana. Misha versus Synd. Now, that really is unbelievably exciting, okay? They've been on the same team for a very, very long time. Okay, but then, of course, there was the schism. Whereas they kind of, you know, they already had a thief. I think Synd was kind of absent for the game for a while, so he got replaced by Draza, basically. But now Synd is back. He is fully back in the game, back in the mix, and he now faces his former teammate of rank 55 Dragons. He faces Misha, the Master of Disaster, in the grand finals of monthly automated tournament. Of course, they're all friends, okay? So it's a friendly match, guys, okay? There's no drama. Don't be silly, okay? Don't be ridiculous. It's all friendly here. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's pumping, right? Everyone's going hard. And here we go. Synd gameplay is about to kick off. Oh! You guys were wrong. It is Clown Fiesta time. What a way to end it. Here we go. It is Temple of the Silent Storm for the monthly AT finals. It's going to be the French Worms versus Ultranum 55 and XV. Okay, wait, what can we do that? I can be, wait. It's rank, wait, no, they can be rank 15. Because we can take the 15 from Foolish 15, put that in there. They're rank 15, ultra rank 15. Boom. There we go. Huge. All right, then. Here we go. It's Temple, and let's have a look at these compositions. We already know this by now, but let's just take a look. It's going to be the Mechanist from Riken, going up against the exact same thing from Moses on the other side here. Inventions, Alchemy, and Megas. And yeah, we actually do see a slight difference. It is the high-impact drivers here from Moses versus the Beam, right, the Jade Cannons from Riken. So slight differential in build. The Big Worm, Esprit, on the Condition kind of Duelist Spectre. Also, of course, powerful in the team fights for hunting down kills, but obviously a very heavy focus on 1v1. And we actually have the Rotator, Fly. He is going to be matching that, actually. He's doing the exact same build. This is the Duelist build, so he'll be the one actually matching. That's going to be a good news for our blue team here, right? Like, we actually saw the previous matchup, the Fishers, they could not match Esprit. Fly will now be able to match Esprit. Now, big change up here. It's going to be a Tempest for Misha. versus the Guardian for Goku. Very interesting. So actually a support differential here as well. And another Spectre here. One from Cinder to the power build. And that's going to be and that's going to be against the Necro, basically. Because Gornet is on Necromancer, and it's going to be the double Spectre. Now, I am going to say, double Spectre on this map might actually be very, very good. And the reason for that is because Necromancer is quite slow. Right, so Gornet is going to have trouble trying to rotate around the map. I actually really like the Corrosive Poison Cloud here by Gornet. That will be very good against the projectile-based attacks here coming through from the Spectres. And that could be very, very nice. However, they're going to have to be very careful with rotations, as the red team have some serious, serious speed. They really, really do. They are fast as fuck. With all this. And you can see here, you have the runes and sigils here from Azaz on the Vindicator instead of the Herald from Dra. Now, that is a bit of the saving grace here. Okay, the Herald is going to be very, very quick to rotate around from Dra. That will certainly help blue team keep up here. That's certainly the case. But the double Spectre here may be very, very difficult to deal with here. And that's going to be the key here, is how is blue going to shut this down? How is blue going to handle this setup? Okay, Spree getting focused down here a little bit, but he is now supported by his team, and Fly looks like he may well be the target here. Looks like Spree needs to drop out of Shroud here, tries to get some heals, and has to just teleport around with some wells, wants to get that heal skill off before moving back into it. Looks like he's going to go directly for a plus. And actually, I actually quite like this here. It looks like red team is just going to dodge the team fight. They don't want a team fight, I don't think. They're going to stall it with Goku and Azaz. This very tanky duo with the Vindicator using Alliance Stance and the Ascent who helps a dodge roll. And they're just going to plus. They're just going to rotate their Spectres and try and outmaneuver. And yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. Can we see a revival here? Has Misha used his glyph? He actually has not rather, but he is getting into it. And yeah, that was a really nice shadow fall there by Sin, by the way. That was a shadow fall. Spam interrupting onto Misha, denying that. That's a really big pickup here. And this is what we need to see blue team be able to deal with. Right now, actually, one good thing they are doing is that Fly actually doing fantastically well in his 1v1, able to pressure the big worm very heavily. Of course, we now see the double Spectre move in, but Spree in a lot of trouble here. Needs to try and teleport out there. May end up dying. It gets to Shroud, but he's certainly not out of the woods just yet. He is being cleansed. And actually, they're going to turn around there. Oh, no. Fly maybe pushes luck a little bit too much. He may end up dying there as well. Sin going hard. The damage output is absolutely massive here. The big worm has a good amount of barrier. Now has his heal and other well up there. This is very scary. Good sustain there from Misha, the Master of Disaster. That's very, very nice indeed. The big worm choosing to leave, actually. They're just going to dodge that. And again, they're just going to rotate. They're just going to push. They're going to go for Gornet here. Nope, never mind. They've actually changed them, and they're going to go back and go for a push onto Fly again. Again, just trying to really stress. They're trying to stress Misha here, I think. Just trying to make sure that he doesn't know where he needs to be. And yeah, that's going to be scary. He's going to be able to get here in order to help out the rotator. Of course, what's really good about the Tempest is it has a lot of projectile hate. Right, he can reflect projectiles and destroy them really nicely. He's got Magnetic Aura on the shield. He can do the Swirling Winds, right? He has Reflect on Magnetic Aura, Magnetic Surge, rather. That's really nice for Misha. That means that he can actually shut down the damage output of the Spectres pretty well. More so than a Guardian, to be honest. But look, he's really getting pushed. He's really having trouble keeping up here. But blue team is holding very, very nicely, to be honest. They haven't cracked yet, which is exactly what they want to see here. A Spree going into Fly 1v1. Is a Spree winning? Of course, there's Shroud here from Fly, but not much left. If a Spree wins, that's really, really dirty. Oh, and Sin comes in. That might be the nail in the coffin. We do have Misha coming in. The Tempest is here. Is the glyph going to land? It is. Very nice. Great port there. Fly ports into the glyph. Almost precast there. Beautiful play by the Master of Disaster. But is that going to be enough? There's just so much damage here. I don't think Fly can hold. He's going to have Shroud in a few moments. But he actually doesn't have that much. He's really low on Shroud, actually. He will not be able to say good healing there. And Sin actually leaving now. I'm surprised to see him leave. I felt they could have got that kill if they pushed it. There's no more revival, so that could have been a pretty big pickup on that Spectre. Meanwhile, it's going to be Az into Gornet. Oh, and Sin's going to come in for the plus. That's scary for Gornet. Again, now we have to see Misha try and run to keep up the Cinder just a little bit faster. Of course, well, he's playing Thief, not Tempest, right? And Gornet does die, and actually, that's hard to revive. He has to hand-res it. Does he have any kind of revive? No, the CC is too much. Gornet really trying to hold on there, gets the CC, but no, it's not good enough. Misha going for the hand-res, but I think the cleave should be way too much here. The blind is big. Oh my god, how Misha actually gets that. Picks up the Earth Shield for the extra toughness and vitality so he doesn't get pressured, and somehow finds the revive. Insanely clutch play, but here, Misha leaving does give the big worm the kill. Onto the rotator, Dra arrives, but again, con the Spectre into Power Herald. Dra, one of the best duelists in the game, flat out on any build. but I don't think even Dra can handle this. Herald already has problem with conditions, and oh, no, 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 no. He cannot fight that. There is no way. He must simply leave. There's no way that's going to happen. Mech 1v1 is just, well, they're just, honestly, they're just playing their own little mini game over here, right? They're just having a grand old time. Oh, and red team get the buff as well. Dra couldn't interrupt it in time. There was enough blocks and ages and stuff that Goku was able to yoink it, even at the last second. Dra not able to, and that's now a 4 cap in favor of the red team. This is really, really bad for the blue team right now. They've got them on something. Oh, Azaz could be the thing they're looking for right now. Can they get that? No, they can't. And a massive condition spike onto Dra, again, forcing the use of that Glinny, and honestly, forcing him to think about disengaging as well. Red just holding down. This Vindicator actually putting the work here. You know, I was a little bit wrong about this. I'm going to have to admit it. I'm going to own it, guys. I thought Vindicator got nerfed kind of out of existence, but no, Azaz is really making it work here. And especially in this map, when it's like very rotational, like very skirmishy, not big team fights. Wow, the value on this is insane. Him and Goku have just been bunkering down so hard, not dying, holding these 1v1s, surviving outnumbered until Goku or Syndra is able to rotate here. And this is just a really high value build, and of course, providing all that cleanse and all like that is just fantastic. Gauntlet in trouble. Misha is here, but he's going to have to burn a lot of resources to keep Gauntlet alive. And on the other side of the map here we go. Here's the big push. Now, Raikkonen in a little bit of trouble. But of course, Goku is now here. And actually, the Thieves feel confident to leave the mech and the guard just to 2v3 this. And actually, I think that's a good call, because they can both support each other really well and peel each other out. And that now gives this opportunity here on middle for those Spectres to really blast. Ooh, and bottom buff. Is there actually an answer for blue team? There actually isn't an answer. I think Misha, yeah, Misha's coming. But that's it. And that means they lock their support down here. And that is not where they want to be. And is that another free top buff? Oh, no. No, it isn't. As the rotator is able to get over here in time. But that's all they have, really. It's a triple cap now. I think Gauntlet might be able to decap here. Yes, he is able to, but actually I'm a little bit worried about the Core Necromancer in this 1v1 into the Spectre, particularly now with Syndra coming in there for even more damage output. We do see a decap here from Dra, but that is simply not going to work. Top buff just 1v1 against Goku into the Rotator there, so both supports are actually locked. However, that might change as the Big Worm and Syndra were able to secure that kill. Oh, and actually, Syndra's going to try and force this top buff here. They're not going to worry about bottom buff too much. They know that's going to take 10 years anyway, and honestly, it's quite nice for them to have the support locked out, making it way easier for them to get kills. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just leave Azaz here, because Azaz existing, locking Misha is good. Particularly seeing as I don't think Azaz can actually kill the Tempest, funny enough. I think there's way too much just anti-power damage on the Earth Tempest with the Earth Shield and all the protection stuff like that, so I don't think that's really possible. But it's so bad, because now the entire map is basically the playground for these double Spectres coming through from the red team here. Yeah, the Big Worm and Syndra with a bunch of random letters, they're going to be running around. Without Misha, there's no way to stabilize this. Like, blue team need to maybe push the mech down there or something like that. But even that's no good, because then they've got no real holder. Right? They need to get something down there to answer Azaz and get Misha out. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is just, like, not enough Spectres, man. I hate to call it on balance, but any rotation blue team does is horrible, actually. If they move the mech, okay, great. Well, all of a sudden, they don't have any side note. They don't have any outnumbered support. If they move, the Rev down there, well, great. Now they've got no kill potential, right? The Spectres are just so, they're so versatile. They're just outclassing the slightly more specialized roles of stuff like the Herald. It's just not enough. These Spectres just dominating this game completely. There's not much that blue team can do. I don't think there's any rotation they could come up with that would work here, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just nothing can work. I do like the Tempest swap from Misha to kind of like spice it up a little bit, but this is over. This is over. I mean, obviously, you know, I think red team played this out really well, actually. To be honest, I think they played well, but to be honest, I think a lot of it was in the theory crafting. I think the red team have the far superior composition and the better strategy, and that's part of PvP, guys. That is absolutely part of it. You've got to be able to do that. You need to be able to theory craft and handle the adaptation to the change, but it's not going to work. This is going to be, wow, I was getting hyped. I was hyped for this game, man. I was very excited for this juicer game, but that's going to be it. Ending it on a 6 cap. And Syndra is back. He is back in the mix with an absolutely massive victory there. Raikkonen, the Big Worm, Azaz, Delirium, and Goku secure victory. That's it. The worms are back, guys. The worms are fully re-enabled. That was a very disappointing fast. You know what? I have to say, I think the map was relevant there, to be honest. I think double Spectre versus only one with Necro. So let's actually kind of talk about the game a little bit. Necro, very, very slow, right? Can't really match that, right? And honestly didn't really generate a lot of value because it was so team fight. Man, there was a lot that happened there. I really think the Worms played that well, actually, by the way, because they dodged every team fights. The enemy team never got value out of Necro, not even once. And Gornet is an amazing player too, but Gornet never got value, ever, because they never team fought. So Red just rotated around it the entire time. There was no second Thief, right, on a very rotationally focused map. Right, from that blue team as well. And it was the biggest map, and it was a 5 objective map. And Spectre, it just excels so much, guys. When it comes down to Spectre, it's just so good, right? In these 2v2s, these 3v3s, these quick 1v2s, right? Rotating around quickly, it's just... Yeah, it's no good. That's also a good call as well, boys. The Vindicator was just making the Core Necro useless because they pushed Azers into the Core Necro the entire time, right? And that meant that Tree Song was just, you know, you'd see the Condies come up from the Core Necro, gone, right? Vindicator deletes them. And even if you have a 2v2 or a 3v3, annihilates it. Spectre's also amazing against Condi as well, because Spectre, right, it has that Hungering Darkness, whatever it's called, on the Grandmaster. That means you can... That trait is pretty busted, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, when you... So basically, what that trait does is that when you tether to someone, you eat a Condi on them every second and give them barrier and heal them and stuff, right? It's absolutely insane, right? Yeah. Pretty good ability, right? It's pretty good. But there it is. There it is.